fade in.
Buck Rogers, it's got everything in it, every ingredient. George made a movie that he wanted to see, not a movie that he thought the public would want to see, because if he thought that if he'd made a movie like that, we would be seeing a disaster film again or something like that, probably.
A touch of the Flash Gordons as well in this.
It's got whatever you want it to be. It's a pure entertainment. It's like a roller coaster ride, and it can be interpreted as long as you enjoy it, which is the intention of it.
Luke would never say that. I'm sorry. Well, in this version, see, I'm talking about the George Lucas Star Wars. This is the next generation of Star Wars. So I almost had to think of Luke as another character. Maybe he's Jake Skywalker. He's not my Luke Skywalker.
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies, and I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
He's not my Luke Skywalker. I said to Ryan, I said, Jedis don't give up. I mean, even if he had a problem, he would maybe take a year to try and regroup. But if he made a mistake, he would try and right that wrong. So right there, we had a fundamental difference.
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
Who is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But you'll... Well, you're assuming that I train Rey.
Exactly. Sneaky.
Do I?
Sneaky.
I know I have to be really careful. People say, was it difficult to pick up and wield a lightsaber again? And I go... Do I pick up?
Is it difficult acting in this movie? Am I in this movie?
I can promise you my part is twice as big as it was in Force Awakens.
Are you bummed that Luke didn't get sort of a reunion with Han Solo?
Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading it, I thought, if Leia's trying to mentally contact me and she's not successful, she'll rush to his aid. She'll get close to him and then get into some dire situation, and that's when I show up for a big yay! Save her life. Then we rush to Han and are in the same position that Rey and Finn and Chewie are. Too late to save him, but witnesses. And I say, because it would carry so much emotional resonance into the next film. For us, his wife, his best friend to witness, instead of 2 characters that have known him, what, 20 minutes?
Have you been keeping Rey's secret from the beginning? Did you know about the parentage? Like, tell me about that journey of when you found out.
No. At the beginning, there was toying with like an Obi-Wan connection, and then it really went, there were like different versions, and then it really went to that she was no one. And then it came to episode 9, and JJ pitched me the film and was like, oh yeah, Palpatine's granddaddy. And I was like, awesome. And then 2 weeks later, he was like, oh, we're not sure. So it kept changing. So then even I was filming and I wasn't sure what the answer was going to be.
But this was incredible.
Fuck you!
Too many people getting raped now, and that's too many people getting raped, y'all. That's too many people getting raped, y'all. I got too many people getting raped now. We gotta stop with all of this rape now. We gotta stop with all of this rape, y'all. We gotta stop with all of this rape now. We gotta stop with this motherfucking rape now.
Go.
What's up, all my actual droids and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I'm joined by the one and only, my lovely co-host, Jessi Milestone.
Woo! What is up, everybody? I'm assuming the anti-rape rap was written as a response to someone's first time watching Redo of Healer.
No, but it worked perfectly with Redo of Healer. But I thought it worked also perfectly for the fact how Disney is raping the Star Wars franchise for all it's worth. I thought it's a great metaphor, so I decided to include it. And also, I was sitting there thinking, and I had my finger over it, and I was like, do I click it? Should I have this one come up next? And then I was like, Jessi's not looking at the camera, and I was like, let's make her look.
Did it work? It worked.
Oh, yeah, and your face was like...
Immediately. What?
Like, what?
Oh, my God.
But, hello, everyone. What is up? I see 282 people watching. Please smash the like button, please, and thank you. Now, we have a lot to talk about today. Marie Tran decided to make her comeback, and so there's an article, and guess what? It's all of us. We're all toxic fans with internalized misogyny.
Oh, good. I always knew that about myself. I have so much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about making a video for my channel that's just called I Love Men. It's just all the reasons why I love men. And ultimately, at the end of the day, prefer men to women, even though I love women too. But I prefer men.
Yeah.
In company. Sexually, I only like men. So
some women are great. Other women, it's like, get the fuck away from me. But you can say that about men too. But the one thing I will say is, as far as sexy time goes, men all the way. Men get that on a silver platter. So, speaking of that, that actually is perfect for this. Oh shit, this one tweet thingy I want to show you. So I'll let you read it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll let you read it, Jessi. Here we go. Why don't you read this for us?
Yes, ma'am. All right. So this is from Cottage Whore for Your Cottage Core, a very intelligent sounding person. Genital preference is fucking weird, lol. You're socialized to like a certain pair of genitals. Unlearn it.
How does that make you feel?
As someone who's never had any special feelings about anybody's genitals specifically until I met Jeff, who has the most wonderful set of genitals I've ever experienced. No, I don't. I'm not sexually attracted to men because I'm so into balls. I'm sexually attracted to men because they have strong muscles and big broad chests that they can envelop me in and wonderful hugs and masculine features that make me feel strong, protected. And man things, deep, sexy voices, shit like that.
Man things.
You know what I was thinking about? Cylinder of flesh hanging between their legs. Like, yes, obviously I need that for the sex part, but I don't have to see a guy's dick to know whether or not I'm attracted to him.
Oh, you know what? Sometimes guys, like, they're not attractive until you see their dick, and then it's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. You just got 10 times hotter. So you are the nice, innocent one in this conversation. I'm over here like, nah, I got to see the dick.
How about a nice, innocent one? I have had way more.
You're being all pleasant. You're like, oh, I like their personalities, their muscles, their deep voices. I'm like, let me see the balls.
What did you need to do with the balls? I just don't like when they're too big because it means they come.
They're so squishy. They're like stress balls. You just go like this, and they're squishy and they're soft.
Yeah, but that is true. I have never rated my attraction to a man based on how much fun I've had playing with his balls. I
guess that's where you and I are.
Look, I'm also with you. Dicks are important. The size, the shape, all that is important. I'm not discounting that. I'm not. Hell, one of my
I know. I'm just teasing you.
One of my most popular videos on my channel is size does matter. And everyone got real upset at me for it because I was like, yo, if you have a small dick, don't expect a woman to want it forever. So it's just fucking real.
Yeah.
Deal with the reality.
But guys are sensitive about that. But I mean,
some women are ugly and fat. Some guys have small dicks and suck at sex. The end. Deal with it. Life is unfair. It's harsh and it's cruel. The end.
This stream is going to get taken down probably. But you know what I was thinking, Jessi? You and I, what is that stupid test where it's like, oh, if you talk about men or girls can't talk about boys?
Well,
and
the
that's
Bechdel test. The Bechdel test is in order to pass the Bechdel test, a movie must have two female characters that are both have names and have a conversation that is not about another man.
So I like hot dogs. Do you like hot dogs?
I love hot dogs, Anna. Hot dogs are delicious.
Hot dogs are absolutely fucking fantastic. I think I could eat hot dogs all day, every day for the rest of my life. Like that's how much I love hot dogs.
When it comes to hot dogs, is it more important to you? Do you like a really long Frank, or is it more important to have a nice thick one? Like, can't even fit it in the bun.
I mean, I would prefer both, but I know how to say it. Well, here's the thing. I'm a small person, so my tummy is kind of smaller. So I have to have, it has to be a minimum size, which I prefer if it's like slightly bigger than my hand, because my hand is about 6.5 inches. So if it's a little bigger than that, and then thicker than, or at least as thick as my wrist, that's probably my kind of hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
How long does this Beckler test last? Like, what's the time?
I think it just has to be a scene. So if we've had a scene,
okay.
Well, you have to make sure you say my name so that the audience, we have 2 named characters.
Oh my goodness, Jessi! Somebody just called us fucking disgusting whores in the chat. Isn't that nice?
That's so sweet. They're wrong on all accounts. Well, no, maybe not the fucking part. We do fuck. I've never
boys, not each other. We the boys.
No. We respectively are people who fuck. We are fucking, so that is accurate. Disgusting. I've never been accused of such, not in the bedroom anyway. And whores, I don't get paid for sex. So no.
No.
Inaccurate.
My mom actually told me and my sisters when we were kids, because we were watching this cowboy movie, and it was like, the saloon girls and stuff. And we're like, Mommy, what's that? And my mom's like, oh yeah. She basically explained to us what prostitution was. And she said that it should be legal. Like, my mom is hardcore for legalizing prostitution. And she's like, you're going to do it anyway. You might as well get paid for it. I was a child. My mom said that. I was like, oh, okay.
That's hilarious. The only problem I have with legalizing prostitution is like it's certain countries, like one of the issues that they've had is like certain types of sex. It's like if you put it on the books as a legal form of work, you have the justification to then tell a woman, oh, you are or man, I guess you are not entitled to unemployment or benefits or this because you are physically able to work as a prostitute. So you have work that you are able to do and can make money doing. As like literally the government can force you into prostitution, basically. So that's the only problem. But if you close that loophole, which is not hard to do, then I personally, it's not for me. I would never pay someone for sex, and I would never accept money for sexual favors. But I also, if somebody else wants to do that, I don't have a moral problem with somebody else doing it. As long as both parties are consenting and adults, I don't care what they do as long as they're not making me do it.
I mean, here's the thing. People are going to do it anyway. So, I mean, like, it's just because it's illegal doesn't mean that there's not prostitution. I used to live in San Francisco. I saw the lady boy prostitutes that were out there every single night freaking working it. So, I mean, it happens. I mean, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. But I just remember being a kid, my mom explaining or saying that, and we're just like,
crack up.
Okay, Mom. But yeah, so that was going around the whole like, oh, but a lot of people were pointing out that it's, oh, fuck, what is it called? When somebody's gay and they try to brainwash them saying, oh, society made you gay.
Correction. Straight correction camps. This is a thing that's, I mean,
it is a thing. Everyone's saying that that's what that is, but in reverse.
Exactly what it is. That's the whole point I've tried to make my entire life, because I have had women my whole life come up to me. Hey, you want to blah, blah, blah? No, I'm sorry, I'm not into chicks. Oh, well, I'll make you into chicks. I'm not into chicks. Oh, well, after I lick your pussy, then we'll see. I'm really not into chicks. Can you please stop doing this?
Yeah.
You're sexually harassing me. Oh, no, but I'll make you gay for me, honey. What the fuck? If I was doing this, if I was a dude doing this shit to you, my ass, you'd be calling the cops on my ass. If a dude came in here and was trying to be like, oh, baby, just let me get at that pussy and I'll make you straight, you would be fucking calling the cops. So why is it okay for you to do this shit to me? I am still a woman being sexually harassed. Just because you don't have a dick doesn't mean you are not encroaching on my, personal happiness and privacy and space anymore. I am all for, look, if you come up to me and you're a chick and you hit on me, I have no problem with it. I treat it the exact same way as when a guy that I'm not interested in hits on me. It's no different to me. That I'm very flattered that you're interested, but I am not interested back. I don't need to treat it any differently. But it's the same thing with a girl or a guy. If I tell a guy I'm not interested and he wants to pull the, oh, come on, just give me a shot. Same thing if a chick wants to pull the, oh, I'll make you gay for me, honey. Fuck you. I told you no, fuck off.
Does this make you gay?
No, 0% gay. That's like the most feminine thing I've ever seen. I'm 100% attracted to masculinity. Now, if you showed if she shaved her head and flattened her chest and like drew a 5 o'clock shadow on and convincingly cross chest, I might be a little gay for her, but
well, so Kelly Marie Tran, I saw somebody was throwing a temper tantrum in the chat. You know, like, the title's clickbait. It's like we have to have an intro. And I guess, 15 minutes is a good intro. Yeah. But so Kelly Marie Tran did this photo shoot with what is a Hollywood Reporter because she is going to be
quick, Andino Caligula Palacio, you owe me $10. He said $10. Jessi takes medication. You owe me $10. I don't. That's just a fact. So you owe me $10. You can send it. You can send it in super chat form to Anna, please and thank you.
Well, so Kelly Marie Tran is the voice of the new Disney princess, like Raya or something, which she's not even a princess. That's a thing that they do now, Jessi. It's like, oh, Disney princesses, but then they're not princesses. There's no prince because strong, empowered women don't need no man. So they don't get a prince. Every other chick that came before gets a hot prince. They don't anymore. Like Moana, she's not a princess. She's just that. The thing that they get around is that, oh, their dad is the leader of the pack or the tribe or something like that. So it's like, so technically she's like the important person's daughter, but she's not a princess because princesses are bad. But so she did this photo shoot and it's called The Resurrection of Kelly Marie Tran. Now, when I saw this, I was like, she looks like a Star Wars character.
She really does. She looks like she could be a Star Wars princess.
Mm-hmm. And if not a princess, a senator or, a leader. Absolutely. And I said this in my video and then some person was just like, so women in Star Wars can only be princesses? And I was like, that's not what I said, but all right. I said she looks like a princess or like a leader or a queen like Padme. This looks more like a Star Wars character than I think somebody commented in here.
Potato sack girl.
Potato sack. Like this doesn't look like a Star Wars character. Like, look, you can even see how those aren't actually anything. They're just plastic glued on to a top.
This looks more like she's in some sort of weird anime than something, like something based on an anime than something sci-fi.
Yeah. But what do you guys think? Put ones in the chat if you think she looks more like a Star Wars character in this photo, and a 2 if you think she looked fine in The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. So I'll give everyone a minute for that. The hairstyle is ridiculous.
I easily could see her like in this getup and that too, with with her hair all pulled back. You add a couple features to make her an alien too. She'd still be a radiant alien.
Like give her different eyes or like just even in Star Trek, change their eyebrows and give them different ear shapes. There you go.
Service too, because here's the thing: when they make her all frumpy looking and crappy, she looks like a little kid. She's like a little kid who doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. What is so wrong with a woman looking like a woman?
What is the embodiment of evil? But I see a lot of 1s and then 1, 3. But honestly, this looks like something I would have an action figure of. I mean, you could sell this. I mean, you could just see all of the cosplayer chick, like all of the
like crazy.
Every freaking girl dressing up in this. And give her I don't know, something very slight, like what they do in Star Trek, like with the Trill and Dax, like little it looks like tattoo spots that go down her body. Or just give her like
ears
or something.
Yeah.
Something very slight so that way she still looks powerful. Heck, you can even make her blue or something. Or I guess not blue because that's a chiss, but I don't know.
If you threw metal cuffs on her too, then it'll be that next to me. Cuffs and some sort of
probably gloves or something like that. But I mean, this looks more like a Star Wars character than anything that we saw in Disney Star Wars. Heck, she looks more like a Star Wars character than Rey does.
She really does. Like she looks like, I mean, she fits the aesthetic of like the prequel era 100%. The style, even the lighting and the style of the shoot itself has some of those elements of it. It is very, I mean, they're going for definitely a very Eastern feel to it, which makes sense because Lucas brought a lot more of his Eastern influences into the prequels. So.
Well, yeah, and even with that, like, okay, if you look at Padme's dress at the end of The Phantom Menace, where she's presenting like Anakin, the Gungan, with the orb and stuff, and that's actually my favorite action figure of Padme that I have, and she's in like the white dress with the pink thing, and it's like it looks great. And
It looks
then
like this
also
could be in that
Princess-
same universe. Yeah. It
Yeah,
looks like
then you
been
got
in that
Princess
universe.
Leia, who is in the white in the very first movie. And people were like, that same person that was like, Reed, this girl's can only be princesses. Is like, well, Princess Leia was in a princess dress, but then in every other movie she wasn't, because guess what? She was on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan. She had just left the Imperial Senate. That's why she was dressed like that. I don't think these people have never seen Star Wars, so they don't understand that. That's why in the other movie she's in like battle ready gear.
Yeah, she goes to the freaking mission on Endor. She is wearing her uniform like everyone else is. She's got the fatigues on. She's got the hat, all that stuff. Like, what are people's problems? Big Fat Nerd says her dress has white privilege. It does. That's why she chose it, so that she could finally have some white privilege.
I think they have her in this dress is because the dragon is white in the movie.
Cool.
That's one of the things that gets me is like, you guys complain about white, but then you have it in everything, even though white is evil in their eyes. Remember, Jessi, when we were at Star Wars Celebration and they're like, let's get all these kids on stage. Hey, kid, why do you like stormtroopers?
Because they're white.
And that's what every kid's answer was.
Babes. And my favorite part, it was like it was such a great joke because it was like premise, punchline, and then we got so many tags on it because the guy interviewing her was black. He had no fucking clue what to do with this information. And he went, oh yeah, they're like really bright, shiny uniforms. It's cool. And then as he goes down the line, because you just brought a bunch of 8 to 12-year-olds on stage, put them on the spot in front of thousands of people, they have no idea how to answer the question, what do you like about stormtroopers? One girl very confidently said, because they're white. So then 3 other kids are like, oh yeah, I like them because they're white too.
I mean, it's a good color. But one of my things that people were saying about Kelly Marie Tran was that she was overweight, which I mean, she doesn't look like it, like in any of these pictures. And it's just like, that's what happens when you have a girl with a round face and you put her in a fucking potato sack. Because any other picture you look at her, she's not, chubby or obese in any way.
No.
It's just, it depends on how you dress her.
Even if you look at the pictures from the same time that she was shooting and around the press tour where she wouldn't have had enough time to lose all this weight, you can see exactly. If you pull her hair back, if you change her makeup, you take up all the stuff that makes her neck look thick, that makes all her shoulders look thick. There's nothing in her face that indicates she's any heavier here than she is in these other pictures. I mean, that's also a wig, clearly. And it does not flatter the shape of her face at all.
No, and I'm just like, why on earth would you have your hair up in a fucking ponytail and then have these things? Like, that's the point of putting your hair up in a fucking ponytail, is to get it out of your face.
Exactly. Not to have a whole nother fucking haircut on top of it.
Yes, that's the same girl. That's how much they made her look like fucking trash.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Thing is, before you decide how women should be represented, maybe just ask us how we'd like to be represented. Because guess what? Some women, they're the Billie Eilishes in the world who purposely want to dress frumpy and make themselves look weird to make a statement about, you can't judge my body. Good for you. You're such a teen hero. And then there are other people who want to fucking...
She didn't even know what a gremlin was, though, so I don't take anything that chick says to heart.
The thing is, I have no problem with however she wants to dress and whatever shit she wants to do. If she wants to be one of these new age chicks that wants to look like trash because it's fun, hooray. All the dirty hipsters from our generation and younger who think it's cool to make yourselves look like, spend $500 to make your outfit look like you still have a dead hobo. Good for you guys. But that's the thing. I don't have a problem with that. As long as y'all don't have a problem with me wanting to put on makeup, wanting to put on a dress, wanting to look nice sometimes. That's the whole problem. That's where every conversation comes back to this. Gina Carano, Pedro Pascal, how we represent women in media. All of it comes back down to, we don't have a problem with you doing the weird ass shit you want to do. Stop telling us how to do it. But apparently we're the bad guys when all we want to do is say, live and let live. Let Kelly Marie Tran be this bold, beautiful, glamorous actress that she is and clearly wants to be and is comfortable and happy being. Because when you go to her Instagram and shit, or I don't know if she's allowed now or whatever, the stuff she's only posted of herself has never been frumpy bullshit Rose Tico crap. The stuff she chooses to share of herself are images like these, glamorous ones from photo shoots she's done when she's dressed up really nicely on press tours in beautiful dresses, on red carpets and things like that, not in fucking Rose Tico potato sacks. So maybe ask her, instead of trying to tell the world who Kelly Marie Tran is and how she is and how she wants to be, why don't you just fucking ask her?
Oh, well, we're going to get to that because she does an interview. So we're going to talk about this in the resurrection of Kelly Marie Tran. So that was a perfect segue, Jessi. Now, I'm going to read a couple super chats before we get into that. But anyone want to put a little guess in the chat? What do you think the resurrection of Kelly Marie Tran is on surviving Star Wars and the pressures of representation and Raya the Last Dragon? What are your predictions for this? And I'll highlight some in the chat. Oh, look at Cecil. Kelly really inspired me. I'm going to be down to a C cup by August. I don't think cup size is something you want to lose, but in your case, I think you should.
maybe. I think Cecil, was it Kelly Marie Tran that inspired you, or was it the Cecil the Hutt picture that turned the flipped the script? That was it was an image of things to come. He's too afraid of actually turning into that now.
Let me read a couple super chats. Robert Flores, thank you for the super chat. Anna in all caps. Congrats on your march to 200K subs. Thank you. I am I think I might pass 183 today. So that's exciting.
Awesome. Congrats. That is super exciting.
Thank you. Incidentally, the boys, Cecil, John, are sure protective of you. Just the slightest sideways comment, and they beat us up out here in the chat. Well, that's what happens when assholes make fun of the fact that my sister died. So, yeah, my friends are all pretty protective of me because they know that I've been through hell and back. So that does tend to happen. So just, I guess, don't be an asshole.
It also means that you found a good set of big brothers.
I did. Crows of Judgment, thank you for the super chat. I think LGBTQ activists just went full circle and said LGBTQ isn't actually a thing.
Yeah, because if they're telling you that you can learn to be gay, then they're admitting that being gay is a choice.
Oh, that's true.
That's what that tweet, literally what that tweet says. Oh, unlearn your attractions to these genitalia and be attracted to different ones. Okay. You're literally trying to tell us that being gay is a choice. So if it is, then the opposite choice, then your argument completely crumbles, because your argument now is being gay is a choice, and it's a worthier choice to be gay than it is to be straight. And that's just a moral straw man argument that collapses in on itself if somebody doesn't like to be gay. The end. Argument done. So.
What's up, Shiny? Nice to see you here. I would be so insulted if I was Kelly and they made me look fat and ugly in a movie. Seriously, why would you do that to someone? It's horrible. I know. It's one thing is if your character, like that's part of their characters, they're supposed to be ugly, like the Wicked Witch of the West. She's supposed to be green. She's supposed to have like the big nose and like the creepy voice and the big old chin.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're just a character that your looks really don't have any part of the story. Like if you're like the princess, okay, and you're supposed to be known as like a beautiful princess, and they hire Danny DeVito, it's like, what are you supposed to do? If you want us to take it seriously, you'll think twice about that casting. But with Kelly Marie Tran, they literally went out of their way to make her look ugly, and then he went out of his way to make purple hair cunt sexy. Because originally the costume designer, who was a woman, by the way, designed like all of these military style outfits for Grand Admiral Holdo. And Rian Johnson said, no, I want her to be sexy. Like you have to make her you have to make her beautiful in like this kind of way. And I want her in a dress and I want her regal and stuff like that. And so he purposely had the costume designer go from making, a military type stylized woman to this woman is in her 60s and in a prom dress.
So it's misogyny at the highest order being packaged and sold to people as feminism. It's hilarious. And the deeper cut of this too, as an actress out here and, being out here for years and seeing the way the industry treats actor, what its expectations are. I'm very fortunate in that I don't give a shit what people think about me. And I also have a different look. I'm never going to try to be, your classic Hollywood bombshell. So I haven't had the pressures to try to conform to that mold. But so many women do out here. And so many women spend their careers being told they're not pretty enough, being told they're not as pretty as this one, having their beauty standards held to these unrealistic levels, having to put on all this makeup, to go broke buying expensive creams and foundations and this and that so they can make their skin the smoothest, the most perfect, the most beautiful, so they shine the most and stand out the most and the most radiant in the audition room or on the tape, etc. Be killing themselves to be beautiful because thin isn't thin enough in Hollywood because the camera adds 10 pounds. So you have to be anorexic if you want to play skinny. And all these things women go through to meet the unrealistic beauty standards Hollywood has set for them, and to force them to internalize how important that beauty is. And then when they finally get there to that top, to then shove this shit in their face, a bunch of men, Ryan Johnson's, a bunch of fucking white dudes who are still the ones making these decisions, telling these women when they get to the top, you know, oh, now we're going to take off all your makeup and make you look fat and frumpy and dumb because it's not cool to be sexy anymore. What the fuck are you doing to these women's psyche? And once again, this shit is being packed. I don't have a problem with this happening. Like Andy just said in the super chat, life is tough. Life is fucking tough. And so guess what? That might be your reality. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem when you turn around and package that bullshit as feminism and tell me I'm misogynistic, I hate women, I'm sexist because I don't buy into your brand of bullshit. That's when I have a problem.
Yeah. And I mean, at some point you have to grow up and realize that, I mean, it's different when your entire career is based on how you look, which is kind of sad. But I mean, some people that it like models like that, their entire livelihood is based on how they look either in photographs or how they walk down a runway and also how they look. But if you get into that career, I mean, even if it happens on accident, you kind of know what you're getting into. So to keep up that is kind of expected for your career. But like a rocket scientist isn't expected to, you know, have perfect foundation and eyeshadow and hair every day. It's very like, even a doctor, it's like, well, what's the point if you're just going to put on like a cap and gloves and all that? Most women that I know do it because they want to. Like I did my hair today because I wanted to do my hair. I did my makeup because I wanted to do my makeup. I like doing it because I don't know, well, I'm an artist, so it's like, ooh, let's go from looking like a hobo zombie person to let's put on makeup and have my cheeks be nice and red, cover up my little, you know, pimples and stuff that I get because my birth control is like, fuck you. You didn't have acne at all when you were a teenager, but now, hey, guess what? You're older. Let's just break out. And I'm like, well, fuck you. And also the masks thing. But why am I talking about this? Oh, yeah. Because they made Marie Tran go from, like, look, I don't think anyone would say, oh, wow, that chick looks terrible. And she looks like she's wearing a potato sack. Oh, my God, she looks terrible. She looks fat. But when you go and look at this, I can see why trolls would immediately resort to, oh, look, she's in a potato sack. Oh, look, you know, you have the chunky Asian girl, which is like, when you actually look at her outside of that hair, that makeup, that outfit, it's like she's not a chunky Asian girl. She just has a round face like many Asian women do.
And it becomes just all that bullshit too, where it's like, oh, thanks, Ryan Johnson. You set her up for this. You set her up to be bullied like this, and then just left, and then Disney just went and left her high and dry, and you know, never. The thing is, they just swept it under the rug. They didn't address it one way or the other. Oh, she got bullied in the end, and it's terrible. Man babies, blah, and then they just fucking cut her out of the movie. It's like, take a stand one way or the other. If we're all man babies and terrible, okay, then shove Rose fucking Tico in our face, all of Rise of Skywalker, which
nobody wants to buy. That's the thing. Nobody wants to buy her. If this was an action figure, people would buy it. Even like the Hot Toys version of it, people will buy. Also, Jessi, I'm so sad. They canceled my David Bowie statue.
No! You were so excited for it.
I've been waiting for that for like almost 2 years.
Oh, no.
And they canceled it. I'm fucking pissed.
I was so worried they were going to cancel my my Princess Bride sword, but they didn't.
They canceled that?
No, they didn't. It took over about 2 years on that one too. But I was so worried. I was like, the friend who'd gotten it for me, he was like, oh, I'm going to follow up. I'm going to check and this. And I was like, obviously, you know, it was a gift, so I wasn't going to freak out one way or the other, but I was going to be totally bummed if they had canceled it. But yeah.
Well, they're gonna refund me, so I decided to treat myself. I got the Gandalf and the Galadriel figures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's cool. I gotta get some Lord of the Rings figures sometime.
I have absolutely nowhere to put them, but I want them, and I felt bad about not having my statue. But anyways,
we've just found these pretzels that just ripped the
sourdough of the rings.
Basically, they just sort of ripped the Lord of the Rings font and whatnot to market their ring pretzels, which I enjoyed.
My favorite necklace just broke.
Oh no! I hate when that happens. At least you didn't lose it when it broke. I hate that's the worst. Piece of jewelry breaks and gets lost.
Won't get stuck. Well, let me read a couple of super chats, guys, and then we are going to read this article. Nice and loud right there. Also, there's 622 people watching. Hello, everyone. Please smash the like button. It'll really help out the channel and the algorithm. I think we are at, let me refresh it. We were at 298 likes. Now we're at 299. So let's get that up past 300, please, and thank you.
There we go.
Russell Hall, thank you for 2 super chats in a row, and thank you for changing your name back to your regular name. She's not saying you should stop liking certain kinds of hot dogs. She's saying it's weird if you don't like eating poussey, you big oats. Also, congrats on your second Sinatra song, I guess. Oh, yeah. Oh, so the Yellow Flash song came out? Yeah, Yellow, we had a conversation on Flashcast on Saturday night, and Nick, a very drunk Nick Ricada, was upset that Yellow Flash doesn't like Booty Doo. And so I guess Lord Sinatra clipped it and made it into a song. So I'm going to wait until Flash comes back and we can all listen to that together. But, it's probably going to be hilarious. And thank you for the super chat, even though you didn't say anything. Geoff the Iron Wolf, thank you for the super chat. Well, ladies, love the topics, and as a manly man, the results of Endeavor is about to turn 1 in 2 weeks. Love you both. Oh, is baby? I think.
Oh yeah, little baby Ethan.
Oh well, congratulations! Wow, I feel like you just announced that you were having a baby. Now it's going to turn 1.
It's crazy, man. Oh God, it's
odd how the years pass by.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It's just they just go. They just.
You know what's funny? That is actually a quote that when I was in high school, I was in a play, and I was like the granny. I was the kooky grandmother, and that's like one line where I say, and I like have to stare off into space. And my best friend hated it. She's like, I fucking hate that line because I said it all. It's like I do my reminiscing on how life just flashes by, and so I always say that. Nobody gets the reference, but I guess now everyone in the chat knows. So whenever I say it's odd how the years pass by, it's like that. You know when you read something or you say something and you know that it's going to stick with you the rest of your life?
Yep.
That's that line for me. Let's see. JHan04, thank you for super chat. That's Star Wars girl. She's lovely. Heart. Yeah, she looks fucking great here. In the other photo, she doesn't. It's like, wow. Could you imagine, though, how different the movie would have been if, like, you just switch her costume? You don't have to switch much else. Just switch her costume to where Poe walks in and there's this chick in this ball gown that is somebody and her sister died, and she's acting not in the resist, or you don't really know who she is or what she does, and that's kind of the mystery about her character. And she's like, my sister died, and then she's emotional, so she sees that he's trying to ditch it, so she tasers him. Is like, no, you can't leave. And he would be like, oh, it's not because she's working for them and she thinks that he's part of the resistance, even though he's not. He never signed up for anything. She's just acting emotional because her sister died and she doesn't want to see people abandoning stuff. And then that kiss at the end would make a lot more sense, and it wouldn't be, I know this is going to sound terrible, but it wouldn't be as creepy, because at least in this way you kind of, okay, it's, you know, the pretty chick that's, you know, a damsel in distress because her sister died, and then we don't know if she's into him, but at the end it's revealed that she likes him, and so she's making the first move, as compared to the way she looked the whole movie, and you never get a sense that she's into Poe in any way, shape, and form, and then at the end she kisses him.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Jimmy Freckles, thank you for the super chat. Free thinkers unite, don't give up the fight. Well, thank you, we won't. Russell, thank you for the super chat. Honestly, if I just gave up right away on every chick who said no, I'd have missed out on a lot of fun. Women like persistence and drunken confidence. You know, that's actually true. Just don't be creepy. Jetpack, thank you for the super chat. First time meeting Mindless Entertainment. LOL, you are awesome. And it's going like this. That Star Wars girl, you are great too. Well, thank you. You got the emoji. I got the little where they push the buttons.
There you go.
Russell, thank you, Mr. Jet. If you haven't watched Kay cooking yet, I recommend starting with spaghetti bolognese. Huh?
The spaghetti bolognese.
Yes, and
that's the one Jeff and I were gonna watch.
And working up to leaked texts of Kay pamping out her son to a fat one-legged whore with IBS who never showers. What?
Oh my God! Russell was telling us about this last night. I guess he described it as if Ozzy Osbourne had a vagina, a meth problem, and a cooking show.
All right. Well, that being said, we are going to take a break from Super Chats and we are going to read, I shouldn't say we, Jesse's going to read it.
That's
all right,
really
Jesse. You want to read the title?
The Resurrection of Kelly Marie Tran on surviving Star Wars bullying, the pressures of representation, and Raya and the Last Dragon. After intense racist and sexist online trolls caused the actress to close up shop, Tran has emerged stronger and sure of who she is. Quote, I feel like a totally different human.
All right.
Good for you.
Good for you. How exciting.
Kelly Marie Tran's first recording session for Raya and the Last Dragon involved a leap of faith as not making
and
noise.
spoiler. Shaggy, don't be creepy. Looks over at Anna's Henry tweets. Okay, he's never gonna see them. It's not like I'm going up to him going, oh my God, Henry, my uterus exploded. I'm doing it in the privacy of my own Twitter feed, which I guarantee he doesn't follow.
Exactly. I would. One day.
Right.
One day. All right, sorry, where were we? Kelly Marie Tran's first recording session for Raya and the Last Dragon involved a leap of faith. As the titular warrior princess, she stood in a booth in Disney Animation's Burbank offices and performed the dialogue, an incantation meant to awaken a mythical creature that could help save the world. The taping went smoothly, but right before the scene wrapped, Tran spoke up. Hey, actually, would you mind if I tried something? She explained to the directors, Don Hall and Carlos Lopez Estrada, that if she were in Raya's situation, having extended a gesture of friendship, only to invite a world-ending betrayal, she would feel a lot more conflicted, almost chagrined at reaching out with no guarantee anyone would respond. They told her
Well, they just spoiled the fucking movie.
Yeah, thank you for ruining the entire movie.
Wow, spoiler alert.
Yeah, thank you for not giving us a spoiler alert for blowing the whole plot. Hope you weren't planning on seeing it. I mean, it's a Disney animation, so... but
well, you can pay $30 on Disney Plus on top of the monthly thing to watch it.
It sounds something. I'm actually kind of intrigued. I just sort of want to know how it goes, you know, like one of those things where like I don't necessarily have faith that this is gonna be a decent film, but I just kind of want to see what it is just to see what it is.
It's her. They're all trying to kill the last dragon or get the last dragon or something with the fucking dragon. Yeah. And the bad guy is literally just a chick from just basically, you know, when you watch any freaking movie and there's like the main character, and then there's the bad bitchy chick, like Kate from Lizzie McGuire, except this one, they're Southeast Asian and the bad chick has a shaved head.
Oh boy.
I know. It's like, wow, you guys really have a range in your character design.
Which is funny. So once again, shaved head, bad chick. So we're going to do something to make the woman look a little more masculine to make her the bad guy, because men are all evil, obviously. Not realizing that the comment we're actually making is that butch women are bad. So we'll see how the LGBTQ community feels about that one. Sorry, the alpha people feel about that one when they get a hold of it. So I guarantee they're always looking for more things to be outraged about. They're inventing things to be outraged about. Guarantee you there is backlash because it is anti-queer to make your female villain have a shaved head because it's a gay haircut. At which point I get to come out of the woodwork and be like, bitch, I have buzzed this side of my head for years. Well, don't buzz it fully, but I have trimmed it down to this very shaved-esque length for many, many years, long before there was an SJW movement, and I only sucked the dick. So the argument is invalid. My haircut matters too.
All right, keep reading, Jessie.
We really need your help. Tara murmurs. Tran murmurs as Raya alone in a cave. To be honest, I need your help. I made a mistake. I trusted someone I shouldn't have, and now the world's broken. She said, her trembling words in a near whisper. Says Lopez Estrada, there were 5 or 6 of us in the booth on the other side, and we all had tears in our eyes. The final cut features Tron's own words. Rhea sees the world in this doe-eyed, idyllic way, and then the world sorts out. So the world sort of breaks and it changes the way she interacts with the world. She says now, just before the film 5's March. All right, the final cut features Tron's own. Okay, those are those words. This is very confusingly written because it feels like what it's trying to tell us. The final cut features Tron's own words, and then it starts into a quote that is not her own words that are being featured in the movie, because it'd be really, really weird if in the movie she just suddenly started speaking in the third person about the character. This is a poorly written article. She says, now, just before the film's March 5th release in theaters and on Disney Plus, that was my way into the character. I've definitely in the past viewed the world through rose-colored glasses, and now I feel like I'm in the back smoking a cigarette saying, I've seen things. When the world first met Tron, she was the girl who had won a golden ticket and wanted to bring everyone along on her tour of the chocolate factory. The unknown actor who had catapulted from improv stages to Star Wars, the biggest movie franchise in the world, met her moment with pinch me glee. She felt grateful to be chosen. Not that she was some starry-eyed naif, as pre-release publicity for episode 7, The Last Jedi, got underway. They also wrote that wrong. They wrote that, episode 8. Sorry, it is episode 8. I'm like, what the fuck? I just don't remember these numbers. Okay, episode 8, The Last Jedi, got underway. She started an Instagram account and used it to poke holes in the Hollywood mythos that makes the unfamous feel like lesser mortals. Quote, I never thought I'd be in a world where someone would pay for people to dress me up, do my hair, do my makeup. We spend our whole lives trying to hold ourselves up to a standard that is truly unattainable. End quote. Tron wrote in the caption to an October 2017 post in which she juxtaposed a red carpet photo with a snapshot of herself posing on the street in a Jaws t-shirt and novelty oversized glasses. Quote, the chick on the left is who I am 1% of the time. That girl on the right is who I am 99% of the time. And you know what? They're both worthy of love. To be honest, this is the only way to behave when you become famous. BuzzFeed declared an article celebrating her account in December 2017, a week before The Last Jedi. And we all take BuzzFeed, as everyone knows, is the absolute word of law on how famous people should act.
Here, let's pause real fast because I want to look at this, the Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yes.
Let's look at this art. So this is Raya. I think it's Raya, not Rhea.
Raya, okay.
So
gotcha.
Yeah, so it's, Rye, for whatever reason, this is pronounced Rye, and then so Rye,
It makes sense.
So this is the character that Kelly Marie Tran is playing. I actually really like this design. I think I love the character's hair. I like this. I like everything about this. I like the sword. It looks really Cambodian to me.
Yeah.
I think that this thing is cute. I have no idea what it is, but it's cute. As far as the dragon goes, I think that it does a really big disservice to like the Southeast Asian culture, because if you look at their dragons, they're always like red and orange, sometimes green. But I feel like this movie was in production back when Game of Thrones was popular, and so they spoiled what's going to happen with this dragon in the toy release. So it shows the dragon as a human, and the dragon has white hair, just like, oh my God, who? Daenerys Targaryen, because that's popular right now. But so you can see, this is the bad chick right here.
Oh my God, she literally has my haircut.
Yeah, but yours is not like.
No, I was saying that
you don't look like this. You're not the.
No, but I'm saying that's what this is like. That's what I say. This is, I always get shit in the gay hair goes. It's literally like, so you're giving your villain. This is just the bullshit again. It's like, fuck you. Stop nagging on this haircut. This haircut gets shit on all the time. Fuck the world. Fuck you, Disney, for negging on this haircut. This haircut is awesome. It doesn't belong in your villains. It belongs in your heroes too. Also, alphabet community, have at it. I'm gonna plant the seeds for the social justice crazies. See, Disney made their evil characters seem gay. Oh my God. It's just like Scar. It's so insensitive. Cancel this movie.
Yeah, Shiny. I'm sure that I hope there is. Like, that's actually giving Disney the biggest benefit of the doubt now. I just think it would have been cooler if the dragon was red, because that's such a big part of Asian culture. And so my eyelash lady and me talk about this stuff all the time, but she was actually, so my eyelash lady is from Cambodia. And so she was talking about, because when we met, she was watching Moana for the first time. And so then we were talking about this because, she's got kids and about this movie, and she knows I like this kind of stuff, so she was asking me about it, and she's like, that was one of the first things she said. She's like, oh, have you seen like the new Disney movie that's coming out? She's like, why is the dragon blue? And she like went on and on about like the cultural significance of dragons and what colors they are and stuff. So,
and that's the thing in Asian culture. In most Asian cultures, colors have are imbued with significance as well. I mean, Chinese culture is huge, and a lot of dragon lore and original dragon mythos from the East comes out of China, and their culture is enormous on colors. I think green is lucky, or green is wealth, or gold is lucky, red is prosperous. Like they all mean something. It's like you're supposed to wear them for certain things, for certain reasons. We were actually watching on Crazy Rich Asians. They talk about that too, and I think the mom even says you can't wear blue. It's a funereal color in Chinese culture, which is like blue and white. It's funeral color. So it's like once more, it's kind of like it's once again Disney trying to package Mulan to be so forever, so
you know what, maybe that's why they didn't do it, because of Mushu. But at the same time, it's like, well, then make the dragon orange or make the dragon green. That would actually
gold. Any of these
it would actually make more sense if the dragon was green, because she's supposed to be the last dragon, so she hides in, she blends in. That's the reason why she survived and none of the other dragons didn't, because they were hunted, and a red dragon's going to stand out in a green forest compared to a green dragon. So I'm sure that there's a reason. I just haven't seen the movie yet, but I like this. Yeah, Eve, a question: why would a person like that in the middle-aged time have a haircut like that? I agree. The men don't even, like, back in the day, if you look at, any historical, like, painting of men, they always have, like, shoulder length hair, and the women have longer hair. Yep. Guess what? You don't have razors or buzzers where you can do that to your freaking hair. So why is this chick in the middle of Southeast Asia have a haircut like that?
Exactly. You tell me she sits there and does, finds tools to do, and probably cuts the hell out of her scalp just so she can have this badass haircut, which is a badass haircut. But, like, come on. Maybe that's why she's a villain, because villains do shit like sit around with fucking sharpened rocks to shave their head. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it blows my mind, but somebody was like pointing out the concept art. So I like, that looks good. Like, I have absolutely nothing wrong with the concept art for this character. Like, that looks badass. That looks pretty accurate.
The main character design, I really like that sword. I like the fact that they made her. They made her also just her figure. They actually made her,
I think she's supposed to be what, like 16? Like she looks younger. This looks pretty accurate.
But in the poster, when you had the poster on it for it, like, she has a fucking figure, but she also looks tough like a warrior chick. She's not as slight. She's not done as slight as or I guess that picture where she's standing with the sword was the one where you can really see it with the little creature. Where like she is not animated like, say, fucking Rapunzel.
Well, she doesn't look like a dude. That's a thing. She doesn't look like a dude. You can very clearly tell that she's a chick.
She was drawn with the intelligence of her character. So like a Mulan is drawn very wayfish, because the whole point is that she's this weak girl who shouldn't be in the army. But she's drawn a little bit buffer than like a Mulan or a Rapunzel or something. More like a trying to think of
Pocahontas,
yeah. Who, even though she's very slight and all that, that's exactly who she reminds. The shape.
Pocahontas is the most realistic Disney cartoon. But so what they did with Pocahontas is Glen Keane made her shoulders broader, but he made her waist smaller to balance out that femininity. So if you actually look at Pocahontas, she has pretty wide shoulders, but her waist is really small to keep that femininity.
Gotcha.
So she looks actually pretty average, like, her shoulders aren't too wide, her hips aren't too wide, her waist isn't too skinny,
but she has a feminine shape to her. It's so refreshing to see.
Well, she looks like a teenage girl. She doesn't look like a full-grown woman. She looks like
but she doesn't look like a fucking block, she doesn't, and she's like that. God, why does every teenager now be overweight? Like, she's not fat or frumpy or none of that. She's a good design. I think they did a good job balancing feminine and tough for the character that they're creating. That part is there. And historically, Disney, like, even through the recent era, has done a pretty good job with their animal companions. So, like, I think that big armadillo-y thing could be fun, could be cute. But the dragon's the thing that's throwing me. The villain and the hair, but the dragon's really throwing me. The design too. Like
a unicorn thing.
It looks like a unicorn. It doesn't look like a dragon. It looks like a unicorn.
But look, we're gonna have chick fight.
Oh boy.
Like, oh my goodness, I wonder what this is going to be about. And then so I saw some people speculating because there's art on Twitter. So I see all of this weird ass fan art. So you know how I follow Henry Cavill like a hawk? Well, when you follow Henry Cavill like a hawk, you see weird fan art.
Makes sense.
There is a whole sub community that is just diehard. You know how there's Raylo? Well, there's The Witcher and how do you say his name? Like Jakester? Jack, his little bard guy, his little companion. All I see is weird sex scenes of them on Twitter.
Oh my god!
Like maybe I should start retweeting it so people have to see what I see. But so there's this whole thing on Twitter that I've been seeing of fan art of people shipping Rhea and this chick, and they're saying, oh, it's going to be the first like lesbian princess. And I'm like, yeah, good luck showing this movie in Southeast Asia. I guarantee they'll censor it. I don't think that they're going to do that.
Yeah, it would have been a much bigger deal. They would have gone ham in the marketing. They would have sold the movie on that point alone if that were the case. No,
so this is the tribe. It's like the leader woman, like, see, here she is, and then her daughter has the exact same haircut. It just, her bangs are on the opposite side. So it's where their tribes are all going against each other to get the last dragon. And so this is one tribe. Yeah. And then Rhea is on the other tribe, and that's why you see them fighting.
Yeah.
That's what I got from the gist of the movie. But the fact that I'm like, yeah, where the hell did this chick find the time to cut her hair like this back in this day?
Also, clearly with her, they toned back. I mean, they made her a lot blockier than the other chick, which again, I would not be surprised if you get an alphabet community backlash. Why'd you make the bad guy gay?
Hey, okay, everyone. I said this first. I've been covering this. Here's the thing. This has been known in the, this has been a thing since Avengers Endgame, for those that don't know. In the Henry Cavill simp fandom that I am a very proud member of. So I did a video on this, but then everyone was like, and then everyone's tagging me in everyone else's videos. And it's like, I know, I did a video on that a week ago. Thank you, YouTube, for not sending people their notifications. So in Avengers Endgame, when Steve and Tony go back and they're going through the offices and Steve sees Peggy through the little glass window, she's talking about, them going and doing recon on this agent. And that agent is Captain Britain. And so it has been a big speculation within the Henry Cavill fandom that they are going to be bringing him in the mix and introducing Captain Britain in the Doctor Strange movie, because in the House of M, that's going to be how they introduce the mutants into the MCU, since now there's mutants and it's Wanda breaking time and, the mutants coming in the multiverse and whatnot. Captain Britain, this is how fucking deep I've gone down this fucking rabbit hole. I don't know if you know this, Jessi, because it's how they're going to get Henry Cavill in. So Captain Britain is in this other realm right now with the people that take care of the multiverse, which is Merlin and his daughter. Fuck, what is her name? It's Aurora or something. And so Captain Britain is going to have to go see Doctor Strange because they're breaking the multiverse and he's got to come to save the day. So that is how Captain Britain will fit in the mix. If you watch Avengers Endgame and you're a huge Henry Cavill fan and you follow all the Henry... Oh, God, I'm going to incriminate myself with this shit. If you listen to Henry Cavill fan podcasts and follow all the channels and watch all the things, because they totally exist. I'm totally not a member of any of them. We've all been nerding out and talking about this for like, over a year now. So, yeah, it's been a thing. I've known it's been a thing for a long fucking time now, but YouTube doesn't send out my notifications, so nobody knows that I did that video already. Yes. Oh, here we go. Here's one of them nerds. Roma and the Outer World. Yes, thank you. Exactly. Anyways, I don't know if you knew or cared about any of that, Jessi. But everyone is just finding out about it now. It's kind of like how I, had to go and do in my super simp mode, which people paid attention to that because I showed my boobs basically in that video. And then everyone else a week later starts talking about it. And they're like, oh, Henry Cavill's under attack. It's like, yeah, I fucking know. I covered that the moment it happened. And everyone's like, not enough people are making a big deal about it. And I'm like, I got it when it was starting, you bitches, because I defend my man.
Damn straight.
Anyways, what's up, Anomaly Inkwood? I haven't seen you in forever, dude. I hope you're doing well. Anyways, Jessi, you want to get back? Is everyone ready to hear why toxic fandom and internalized misogyny are the reason why Marie Tran left social media?
I am so ready for this. So once again, though, this is not an interview with her. This is fucking... This is somebody who's gone and clipped quotes from her all around. And this... So let's go back to all the shit I say. Why don't you fucking... It's this whole narrative about Marie Tran. Where are the people who actually are just going to let her say, like, I
now identify as Henry.
Well played, Max. Everyone knows what happened after the movie came out. Rian Johnson's vision of a galaxy far, far away divided obsessive fans. Oh, is that what it did? And Tran, as the franchise's most prominent newcomer and first woman of color in a lead role, that's not... Didn't they tout fucking Tandy Newton as the first woman of color in a lead role in Solo? No, Solo came out after The Last Jedi. That's what it was. But didn't they touted her as the first woman of color in a lead role? So I guess Marie Tran was not a woman of color in a lead role until later.
No, didn't you hear? Only until this article came out that, remember back like a few months ago when they said that, Asians aren't women or people of color anymore. Asians are white, and they took away the POC for Asian people. Well, now they brought it back because it's Marie Tran. I like how it allowed me to exit out of all the other advertisements, but this one, it won't let me exit out of it.
Nope, you got to care about Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Guess what? Obsessive fans. So you mean Raylos and all of the fake Stan accounts that bully people. But anyways, Jessi, did you read this? Did you finish this or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes. And the most prominent newcomer, first one of color in a lead role, bore the brunt of the haters' ire. John Boyega and Daisy Ridley faced similar harassment when they were introduced in episode 7. No, they didn't. They polluted her feed with racist and sexist insults. She deleted all her posts, and by the time The Rise of Skywalker premiered in 2019, the girl who happy cried her way down her first red carpet 2 years earlier had been replaced by a woman who stared down the cameras at the El Capitan Theater, lips sealed in a defiant pout.
So that was the picture that everyone saw where everyone's like, whoa, Marie Tran's hot because she was in the blue dress. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I remember that one.
But okay, here's the thing. Yeah, Daisy Ridley and John Boyega both got hate, but guess what? John Boyega got hate from the weirdo racists out there, which, yes, they do exist. There are weirdo trolls. If you're anywhere on social media, you're going to get hit by psycho trolls. And Daisy Ridley got harassed by the fucking Raylos that were watching. Oh my God, she brought her boyfriend on to set. How dare he? That guy deserves to die because she needs to be with Adam Driver. And then sending Adam Driver threats, showing up at his fucking house, saying that his wife and son need to die so he can be with Daisy Ridley. Yeah. These obsessive fan Raylo Stan accounts that aren't fans of Star Wars but are a fan of shipping weird shit. Yeah, they're the ones that bully people. They're probably the ones that showed up to Marie Tran and her little comment section, because this is what I said in my video that I did earlier today on this topic. So, okay, somebody called me a Nazi because because I posted on Disney Plus was like, oh, we're having Brandy Cinderella on Disney Plus. Come support it. And I said, no. I've been supporting Brandy Cinderella movie since I was a kid. I have it on VHS and DVD, and it was a picture of me holding the DVD, being like, yeah, I've been showing my support to Brandy, Whitney Houston, the whole cast of this Cinderella version since I was a kid. And somebody called me a Nazi. I blocked him and reported him and called him out on Twitter. What does this person do? Shows up on my Instagram, not only my regular Instagram, my art Instagram, and you can Instagram filters messages. And so I saw it and they're like, oh, hey, what's up, Nazi bitch? People like that, the weirdos, they will show up and I do not doubt that she got harassed by weirdos out there. The weirdo Stan accounts that I'm sure that there was some, I know that there's Raylo, but I'm sure there was some kind of shipper between Rey and Finn's character, because that was set up in The Force Awakens. And then they went and harassed Marie Tran because they're like, Rey is supposed to be with this. You're messing up the love triangle. Rey! I guarantee it. And
I'm
then
not surprised at all.
They said terrible shit to her. And they, I get it. She wasn't expecting to become that big of a celebrity that fast. And it's a lot all at once. And I totally get her deleting it. And it says further in this article that she became a much happier person. But do you want to read this quote from her?
Absolutely. If someone doesn't understand me or my experience, it shouldn't be my place to have to internalize their misogyny or racism or all of the above, says Kelly Marie Tran. She was photographed, blah, blah. Yeah.
How do I sound like an SJW? I was mimicking SJWs.
I don't know, but Anna never sounds like an SJW to me. So Greg Kirby, just wrong. Just wrong.
Maybe it's because I was mimicking them.
Maybe. Greg Kirby also has some interesting ideas about what being an SJW means occasionally. But we love them all the same. Here's the thing about that is like, it's taken in certain ways, but the way Kelly Marie Tran's attitude is about it, it's like, I hate the word, I hate the language because it's all the button words. But when you parse under the button words, what she's just saying is if somebody wants to say racist bullshit to me, that's not my problem. It doesn't affect me.
Well, if you remember she came out with that letter saying her like real name and stuff. If you actually read it, it's not about fans. It's about Hollywood and how Hollywood is like a toxic place.
Exactly. I really liked that letter actually a lot. And the thing is, it wasn't about fans at all. It was about Hollywood and society. It was really about Hollywood and the larger expectations that society, and then in the microcosm Hollywood puts on you. And not pointing fingers or blaming people or this or that, just really honestly talking about her experience. That's why I keep saying, let the woman speak, because I have this hunch that if someone just put the fucking mic on her and let her talk, we would get something, akin to some of the people who talk about race in Hollywood, like Viola Davis or Denzel Washington, who don't let their color stop. Like they don't let their color be a part of their career, or stop the review. They don't let other people wanting to talk about their color make them lesser or put them in a box because of it. I feel like she's very similar, where she rejects all of that kind of, oh, well, you have to be a this thing and a that. And it sounds like she's still struggling with her identity, having only embraced her full Vietnamese name publicly, not long ago in the public sphere. But exactly like you're saying, these struggles and things she's dealing with are not the result of some crazy hate mob that came after her because they're so evil and racist and the world is so full of racist haters. It's just stories she's telling are just the stories anybody are telling about, one, growing up and reconciling your identity, and two, reconciling the changes that happen in anybody's life when you go from being an unknown to, a household name. This is not about, oh, it's because she's Asian and people were racist and evil. This is about, just like fucking Daisy Ridley and so many actors before them, she was a fucking nobody. She got plucked up for a big shot movie and now she's a somebody. And every single one of them have almost identical stories about how they needed to leave social media or some social circle or, shed some friends and change houses because the paparazzi found them and readjust their entire lives. The whole, crying my way down the red carpet and then the next time, tight-lipped and pouty. That's not, because she experienced racism. That's because she's been in the fucking industry for a couple of years doing red carpet premieres and then getting coached by her agent or PR team about what to say and what not to say and who to talk to and who to piss off and who not to piss off and all this shit. It's a different fucking universe she lives in now. Her world entirely changed. It has nothing to do with fucking people harassing her on social media. Nothing to do with that.
There we go. No more ads. All right. Do you want to keep reading?
Yes. It wouldn't be a surprise to find that Tran, now 32, closed off and unwilling to engage with the public that returned her goodwill with bile. What? Hold on. What does this say? It wouldn't be a surprise to find Tran, now 32, closed off and unwilling to engage with the public that returned her goodwill with bile. So it's a relief instead to peer through a Zoom screen and find her barefaced, smiling, and game to process the unique set of life experiences that brought her from obscurity to Star Wars trailblazer to Disney princess, attended by dual torrents of intense scrutiny and toxic fandom.
The longest run-on sentence ever.
That was one sentence. That whole fucking paragraph.
There's not a single period in this until you get to the end.
This writer needs to be taken out and shot. Rebecca Sun, were you a diversity hire? Because it sounds like you fucking were.
Oh my God. Disavow. Don't shoot anyone. All right. Read the next one.
At the time, Tran's decision to wipe her Instagram, all that remains a one-line bio, afraid but doing it anyway, in June 2018, made headlines to her consternation. What's interesting to me about working in this industry is that certain things become so public, even if you don't really mean them to be, like the succession of events in which I left the internet for my own sanity, she says. It was basically me being like, oh, this isn't good for my mental health. I'm obviously going to leave this. So let's pull apart that quote for a quick second, though. Go up for a second, back to that quote real quick. The important part here is what's interesting to me about working in this industry is that certain things become public, so public even if you don't really mean them to be, like the succession of events, right? A lot of what it sounds like she's saying here is, I don't understand why everyone made a big fucking deal about this. This is not a headline. This is not a story. This isn't anything. This is just my own experiences dealing with some shitty fans on social media and being overwhelmed by the amount of influx of social media I was getting and turning it off. And it's weird to me that this is news and people are talking about it. That's what it sounds like she's saying here. Kind of once again confirming what we've all said all along, which is like, and what we're just saying now, it was probably just the fame, the influx. And yeah, I'm sure, look, we live on the internet. We know this shit. The more attention you get, the more haters you get. Of course, people were saying shitty things to her, and tens of thousands of more people were saying wonderful things to her. It's not like she was being inundated with this fucking racism day in and day out. So it's probably just the reasons everyone else fucking does it when this suddenly happens. Oh my God, it's too much. It almost sounds like she's trying to tell us that. Like she's trying to tell us, stop making a big fucking deal about this. Anyway, at the time, she was in the final week of production for the first season of the Facebook watch drama Sorry for Your Loss, a meditation on grief in which she plays a recovering alcoholic. She was very candid about being in a real uncharted territory, says creator Kit Stein Kellner of their conversation on the CBS Radford lot in Studio City. It's a rare and awful thing to have that level and volume of hate come at you so relentlessly. I was really impressed with how she dealt head on with the intense and complicated feelings that anybody would have about this while continuing to really give as an artist and friend and human. Star Kellner likens Tran's performance to a chiaroscuro painting, all the lights and the darks.
I had no idea this movie existed.
I have heard about it. I actually heard it was good. I had no idea she was in it, though. Interesting.
She looks exactly the same like in WandaVision.
She does.
But I mean, it's Sorry for Your Loss, so it's probably somebody died.
Yeah, I probably assume so. Tran says the whole experience felt like she fell in love very publicly and then very publicly had an embarrassingly horrible breakup. She leaned on her tight-knit pre-fame circle of friends, including the members of her all-Asian American female improv troupe, Number One Son, and went to therapy where she learned if someone doesn't understand me or my experience, it shouldn't be my place to have to internalize the misogyny. So I wasn't quoting out of context. Something she learned from her therapy is literally what she's saying. I went to a therapist who told me don't take it personally. Everyone's making like a big fucking piece. Yeah, it's great advice. Good. Keep going to that therapist. Maybe they just don't have the imagination to understand that there are different types of people living in the world. Well put. Other than an op-ed in the New York Times in which she penned an assertive, moving declaration of renewed purpose to combat the lies that society teaches about women and people of color, Tran also withdrew from the spotlight altogether. I left. I said no to a lot of things, she says. I felt like it was just hearing the voice of my agents and my publicity team and all these people telling me what to say and what to do and how to feel. And I realized I didn't know how I felt anymore. I didn't remember why I was in this in the first place. Exactly.
Well, here we go. So this is like, I highlighted this comment because it's a very important comment. Every single one of these quotes that they use, she hasn't said, oh my God, these toxic fans harassed me. She's talking about the environment of Hollywood.
Exactly. She's not.
And they try to make it like, oh, it's the fans. And it's like, no, it just sounds like she was overwhelmed by the fame and she wanted to keep her life as private as possible.
That's exactly what she said. She said, I stuck to my circle of pre-fame friends, which indication she's not having a problem. Like, why would famous friends be a problem if her issue is racism on the internet? No, exactly. She's clearly talking about the struggles of becoming a celebrity, of navigating this new world, and of having her private life become very public. None of this has.
And honestly, it seems more like the fact that she did have it was her big break in a Star Wars movie, and it was the shittiest fucking Star Wars character. Like, it made Jar Jar Binks look like a fantastically written character. Here's
the fucking irony of this article too. And yes, I agree 1000%. But here's the fucking irony of this article. It's being written by someone who wants to celebrate Marie Tran and all her accomplishments and all this great stuff. all the quotes that you've collected that you're sharing with us about her are essentially all saying the same thing. Fuck off. Leave me alone. I want to be an actor. I don't care about the fame media. Stop caring about my personal life. Stop trying to like figure out who I am, how I feel, just whatever. And this entire fucking article is some asshole journalist who probably thinks like, oh my God, Taylor Marie Tran, I like kindred spirits, writing a fucking article that she would probably hate, being like, why do you think you can put a handful of my quotes together and tell the world who I am when the entire reason I left social media was because everyone kept trying to tell me who I was and I lost who that was myself. So literally all you're doing as this journalist writing this great piece is exactly the thing she left social media for in the first place. Good fucking job. Way to actually listen to this person you probably so idolize.
Yep. All right, here you go. You ready for more?
Fuck, I'm getting more value hearing her quotes than the woman who wrote this fucking article did. Anytime that happens, I have to close up shop and go away for a while and really interact in the real world. Read books and journal and go on hikes and look at a tree and remind myself that there was a fire that burned inside me before Star Wars, before any of this, and I needed to find that again. I'm honestly, Anna, that feels a lot like, hey, when we started out on YouTube and all this was great and wonderful and this, and then you hit those moments where like all of a sudden the momentum dies and you go, what am I even doing? Am I making the videos I wanted to make? Am I passionate about it anymore? Like we all have that as creators, as artists. It's really, the more I'm reading her words, the more I'm liking her as a person. Mm-hmm. And the more I'm, shaking my fist at all the fucking morons out there that just create narratives that don't exist so they can feel important for a second or talked about or in the know or in the conversation or relevant. That's all this bullshit is.
I'm going to highlight this one comment real fast because, okay, here's the thing about that channel. They hate me. Like I've never interacted with those girls, but they passionately hate me. And I found out about them because I found out I was blocked on Twitter and somebody like sent me a tweet and I was blocked. And so I had to go through like, you go on your phone and you click on a Twitter and it takes you and it's like, oh, you're not signed in so you can see people. And it was like them talking shit about me to like some other YouTuber or something. And so, yeah, so the thing with that account, I guess they're hardcore. I clicked on one of their videos one time because I was like, who are they and why do they hate me? And then I clicked on it. Jessi, did you know that Star Wars? I have to make you full screen for this because I want your reaction to what I'm about to say. Jessi, did you know, according to Girls with Sabers, Star Wars is basically Pride and Prejudice in outer space?
Who the fuck are these people and have they seen a Star Wars movie?
No.
Even The Last Jedi, which is a hot, steaming pile of dog shit. No universe could be remotely likened to Pride and Prejudice in space.
Apparently, in some made-up interview that doesn't exist, but according to them, in an interview, J.J. Abrams said that was what this is, that it's Pride and Prejudice in outer space, and Rey is supposed to be Elizabeth, and Kylo Ren is supposed to be Mr. Darcy. Did you know that?
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
I wasn't even offended at the fact that I was blocked, and apparently these girls hate me and were, talking smack about me on Twitter. I heard that, and I spit out my freaking Mio-filled drink, and I was like, oh no. I think we know what the problem is here, but so that's
so fucking telling. All people who are like, we're Star Wars fans, you can't keep us out, stop keeping Star Wars from us, or the people want to come into our fucking fandom and go, well, Star Wars is Pride and Prejudice in space. Well, it's fucking not. It is a classic hero's journey structure and always fucking has been, and has always been about that. Why ever and what universe? This is the problem. When you come in and you want to try to be like, well, it should just be Pride and Prejudice in space. No, you don't get Star Wars. Go write a fucking Pride and Prejudice in space fucking opera. Go do that.
Here's the thing with it. It's like, yeah, exactly. If you want to go do that, I mean, look at what happened with 50 Shades of Grey. That was literally a fan fiction of Twilight. So
fan fiction.
If there is a market out there for it, go and take advantage of it. Go do whatever you want. But my thing was, it's like, this is always what happens. I have no idea who the fuck these people are, but they all know who I am, and they all talk shit about me, and then people tag me in this shit, and then I go and I look into it, and I'm like, again, like, I had no idea who the fuck you were, but you apparently know who I am, and you hate me. So it's like, they add absolutely nothing to my life. They are free to exist in their own little bubble, and just like I'm free to exist in mine. And they obviously get really irritated at my presence when, again, they were existing, doing their thing long before I was even aware of them. So they have no effect on me in my life. But thanks for that super chat. I'll read it when we start reading super chats. But I just wanted to acknowledge that because I thought it was funny, and I wanted to share that funny, that funny memory of how I learned who they were.
These people are so bizarre that they fucking.
I know.
Yeah, people talk about us like you guys are still talking about that. Those people are still talking about the last jet. They're fucking hoping that fucking Ben Skywalker comes back. Who fucking cares? Jesus, what the hell? He's not coming back. He was never coming back. There are no more. Those characters don't fucking exist anymore. Why? Why are you talking? At least the shit we're talking about is still relevant. We're still talking about The Last Jedi because its effects are still the ripple effects are still being felt throughout Lucasfilm. And also, Rian Johnson really flipped the script. He created a really toxic precedent for filmmakers attacking fans when their films fail. This is all very relevant and important when we're talking about, this how movie making has been changed through some of the events and attitudes expressed by filmmakers throughout the sequel era. This is relevant. Fucking, well, maybe Ben will come back in the next movie.
Oh, I guess they were live. I guess they ended their live stream.
Darn, I was hoping we could troll them.
Well, no, let's see at the end if they said it. Yeah, it's just like Raylo stuff. But yeah, I guess they were live streaming and maybe talking about this article, I think is what Nam said. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, what they do has absolutely no effect on me in my life. I would have never known about them or their channel if it wasn't for whatchamacallit, people tagging me on Twitter. But it is what it is.
Yep.
It is what if they want to, like, here's my thing. There is hundreds of thousands of YouTubers out there. If you don't like my channel, that doesn't bother me. I'm not for everyone. Heck, my own mom doesn't even watch my channel. So no hard feelings, but the talking shit about someone on Twitter, like by name and like photos, it's like, really, like, you don't have to watch I guarantee you don't watch it anyway. So,
why care? Why stress over it? Why?
Well, I just think it's funny. So whenever I see stuff like that, I just acknowledge it, and I'm just.
I meant them. Like, why do they care?
In a super chat, I have to acknowledge it, but it's
I meant why them? Why do they care? Why do they stress over it and spend all this time? Like,
I think it's because they're Raylos, and I am much known in the Raylo community as an anti-Raylo. Oh my god, my necklace is just disintegrating on me. Like, every piece is just breaking. Oh gosh, I'm gonna just stop touching it. But
when you take a step back for a second, people want to act like, well, I have to fight against this stuff because it's evil, and if I don't fight against it, then well, you can do that and realize that it's going to change literally nothing, because there's a billion other people out there, probably at least 1 billion people in this world, who also hate the Raylo ship because it's just completely moronic. So go fight all of the things. Are you going to fight every single person on the internet who hates the Raylo ship? And if not, then shut up and stop, because all you're doing is just harassing people. Unless you're on a holy crusade and you will not stop until you shut down every fucking Raylo, then you're just batshit crazy.
Well, I think it also comes down to some people only get views when they talk shit about certain people. Like there's like entire channels that are just completely dedicated to talking shit about Jeremy. Like there's sometimes when, especially in the Raylo community, sometimes the only times they'll get views is if they're talking shit about me.
I mean, they basically cash in on your tags. Oh, you made a video about this? Cool. Well, everyone's searching for your video and watching your video. So if they watch your video and I make it similar enough, maybe they'll see mine after it, and they'll find out that you're terrible and I hate you, and they should subscribe to me instead. Because 100%, why would you subscribe to the person who made the good video that has all the views when you could subscribe to the person, the fame chaser, who was whining about how much they hate the bigger, better YouTuber and how you should just watch them instead? That is definitely 100% a sound marketing strategy that will totally work for you.
Totally right.
So
I'm not sure if that's exactly what they are doing, but it's just, it's like here's the thing. If you're going to talk shit, at least have the balls to say it to my face. But when you say it behind a block button, that's when I just lose any kind of, respect.
The nonsense little peekaboo. Hey, fuck you.
But it's like, but the thing about it that blows my mind, I'm like, you're doing it on Twitter.
Yep.
Everyone can see that. It's not like you're in a private group and these DMs got leaked. Because even then I can be a little bit more understanding, because there's times like, okay, if I was venting, like if I'm texting you and I'm venting to you about something and it's a personal conversation between me and you post that, like that's something that was only supposed to be meant to be shared between us. So when I see people that are leaking like DMs from a group chat or from you, then I'm kind of like, well, that's kind of fucked up, because you're talking to somebody that is your friend and you're confiding in them, as compared to posting on Twitter, hey, all the billion of people that are on Twitter, let me share this with you, let me talk shit about this person, but this person isn't gonna see because they're magically blocked, not that screenshots don't exist.
My favorite is when people are doing that shit, they'll talk shit and they don't block you and they just bitch at you like, you didn't have to come over to my Twitter, why are you bitching on my Twitter now, why are you like, you're talking shit about me publicly. If you didn't want, like, you don't get it both ways. You don't get to come on the public platform and go, I'm going to be publicly talk shit and then throw a fucking tantrum because other people are publicly talking shit back at you. If you can't take it, don't dish it out. I mean, I'm with you. No respect to people whatsoever who want to act like that, like they're somehow entitled to their soapbox, their point of view, them getting the last word and all the shit in a public fucking forum that anybody is entitled to speak on.
Well, also screenshots exist, and once it's on the internet, it's there forever. But anyways,
that's my other favorite one too. The people who are like, I can't believe you screenshotted my tweet and shared it and did all this horrible stuff. It's like, would you rather me have retweeted it so people could have directly harassed you from it? Like, it's public domain, bitch. So, deal.
Anyways, let's get back to this. I felt like we spent enough time on that topic. Here you go. Did you read this?
I did, yes.
Yes. Okay, so let's go under. Here we go.
Considering the lengthy gestation period for animated features, Raya and the Last Dragon lands with some timely parallels. Although a sinister atmospheric force, much like a virus, provides the overt threat in the film, the story's true antagonist is disunity, as the fictional land of Kumandra has been fractured into 5 kingdoms, while people give into their impulses of power, greed. Oh, so it's like tribalism. So it's like how in this country, everyone's fractured into their little identity groups and all fighting each other. And what we all learn from this, if we pay the fuck attention, is that tribalism is always bad. And with disparate Asian American communities in real life offering a variety of responses to the spike in hate crimes over the past year, Raya, the first Disney animated film to be directly inspired by Southeast Asian cultures, takes on additional resonance, even as the movie has also received criticism for casting East Asians in several. Wait, hold on. What? Even as the movie has also received criticism, did she mean to write for not casting East Asians in several key roles?
No, this person is claiming that Disney is under criticism for casting Asians as Asian characters.
They're under casting East Asians as Southeast Asians. That's what. So now we're there.
I think that they're. This is one of those things where it's like they make this outrageous statement that Disney is receiving backlash for casting Asian people to voice Asian characters, but they provide absolutely no evidence.
Everyone's being racist because they're
even though the way that society is now is you literally have to be this thing to play this character. Remember when they all lost their shit when Gal Gadot announced that she was going to play Cleopatra, and they're like, "You're not black," and it's like, well, Cleopatra wasn't black; she was Greek, but all right. And they're losing their mind. If you're not exactly like this, you can't play this, which defeats the whole purpose of acting. But so they're claiming that people got mad at the cast being Asian characters.
Hold on. Awkwafina is the dragon?
Yes.
Okay, I'm 1,000% on board for this movie now.
You like Awkwafina?
I do. I really fucking do. The My Vag song is what sold me on her.
I've never heard it.
Oh my God. So you have to listen to it and watch the music video because it's epic. It's a song about how her vag is the best vag. Yeah. It's a great song and better video. I feel like Cecil Faps to the video.
All right. Let's continue reading.
During development, Disney added new members to the project's creative team: directors Hall, Big Hero 6, and Lopez Estrada, Blind Spotting, plus playwright Queen Nguyen, Viet Gone, I never heard of that, to join screenwriter Adele Lim, Crazy Rich Asians, who tweaked various elements of story and character, including Raya herself. Originally voiced by Degrassi, The Next Generation alum Cassie Steele, who is of partial Filipino descent, the title character was recast when she shifted from stoic loner to a warrior who possesses a bit more levity. For a comp, we looked at Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy in terms of having a little that swagger, Hall says. I don't remember exactly the moment we threw out Kelly Marie's name, but we all lit up just knowing that she's got improvisational comic gifts, lightness and buoyancy, but also badassery. I love hearing this right now, though, right? Because, and this tells me Kelly Marie Tran was 1000% right to piece out of the public eye and to come back in like this, because this casting is 100% based on her chops as an actor, on her background as an improv actor, and her power and strength that she's shown in her resume outside of The Last Jedi. So thank God she had the intelligence to back the fuck off from the public eye and not get pigeonholed as Rose Tico forever, because she literally just saved her own career by doing that. And she's cycled herself back in. Hey, casting people. Hey, agents. Everybody, see me as an actor. And she gave herself the opportunity to do that. And now she's being seen that way. She's being thought of that way by the people in the writing rooms and the casting rooms. Honestly, good for her. And fuck you, Disney.
Yeah, and honestly, when I heard about this casting and I thought about it and I was like, oh, actually thinking about Kelly Marie Tran's voice, I'm like, she might actually make a really good voice actress.
Yeah, I could definitely believe it.
Because it's not like her voice is unpleasant. She actually has, when you like close your eyes and you listen to like her and like the way that she delivers lines, she does have a very pleasant voice, and her playing this character, especially. There is something youthful about Kelly Marie Tran's voice, and I could picture her playing a younger character.
She also has that energy. It's funny because like that teenage and cute young energy that they're saying they wanted for that. It's almost like you can see it under the surface in Rose Tico in The Last Jedi, where like she wants to be this like. She's very bubbly and effervescent. And so that's almost why it worked even worse with this frumpy bullshit character they tried to make her, because it wasn't her. It was like, lean into her strength as an actor, and maybe we could have a fun Rose Tico. You lean into someone who's a little fun, maybe a little more childish, maybe plays a little more like a little sister to Finn, and so it's not about like, oh, I'm better than telling you what to do, but oh, your big sister just died. Well, now you're transposing those feelings onto Finn as your big brother character, and you want to puppy dog around him being like, well, maybe we should think about these things instead. And like, that is a completely different dynamic that might have worked. And then again, because you have Finn was a stormtrooper forever. He doesn't know about the world. So you have cute, innocent Kelly Marie Tran puppy dogging around and teaching him about having heart and being human. Whereas he should be this badass fighter because he's a fucking stormtrooper, you could have had that dynamic in a movie like that. He's the badass fighter who can get him out of the tight scraps because he knows what he's doing, but she has to teach him about heart and this and that. Now you have your Han and Leia relationship in a way, but not the same relationship. It's a different thing they have to learn from each other. That could have been good, but no. Instead of being concerned about casting our actors and writing characters that make sense and playing to their strengths, by the way, something Lucas did phenomenally back in the original ones. His basic script is whatever. He just cast the right people and played to their fucking strengths. If you had done that with Kelly Marie Tran in this role, you might have a completely different movie, a completely different side relationship story that means something and adds value. Instead, no, we're just concerned with our social justice narrative about proving to you that Asian women are ugly. I don't know.
I don't even know what that shit was. It was Ryan Johnson doing some weird fucked up shit that nobody
Probably Ryan Johnson doing weird fucked up shit.
But no, like you were saying with the way that George casted, like he got the right people for the job. And if you go and look at the casting videos, which are great, they're in black and white, and you just see the difference, the way that the other girls talk as compared to Carrie Fisher. Like, there's something powerful. She was 19 when this happened. And George even has said that in interviews where he's like, I hired you because you were young, you were innocent, but also there was some kind of power that you had that you brought in the room. Like, okay, if there's an audition for a character and it doesn't matter what the character looks like, it just has to be, let's say, a woman between 18 and I don't know 35, and anywhere between that age range. And me and Jessi both go in and we both we have the lines memorized, we say the lines, we have the exact same dialogue with characters, same costume and everything. There's going to be a very different presence when I do it versus when Jessi does it, because we're very different people. Exactly. And so when you're casting, you're looking for people that have that same or that thing that you want. And sometimes people get surprised when somebody goes above and beyond, like when they were interviewing or when they were casting Buffalo Bill, when I cannot think of the actor's name to save my life right now, but when he came in, he gave the performance and he said, but I want to show something extra. And he left the room and he came back naked with his dick tucked between his leg doing the dance thing. And they're like, yes, you're cast, you're hired. You can be the psycho Buffalo Bill.
Oh my God.
But when you watch it and you go watch the casting and the auditions for Princess Leia and you see Carrie Fisher, the way she's delivering the lines, it's that a very youthful girl that's also powerful and has that innocence about her.
Yep, exactly.
But we are going to take a little segue, guys, because guess what?
What?
Do you know?
Do I?
Jessi knows. Cecil knows. People know because we announced it. I did a painting for Jeff, and I did a cover. So this is Stealing Solo, the Fandom Menace edition. So this is the link for the... Oh, shit. You know what? The link for this is not in the description of this video, so I will have to add that in. But if you guys want to go check out and you guys want to go support my artwork... So Jeff and I talked during Star Wars Celebration last year, or 2 years ago now, right? Mm-hmm, and Jeff's like, I got this idea and I want you to paint this for me. And so he's like, I want the Fandom Menace as a cover for Stealing Solo. So we got me, there's Ethan, there's Mecca, there's Nerdrotic, there's Tom from Midnight's Edge, there's Cecil, there's Jessi, me, there's Jeff, there's Jeremy, there's Mauler, there's Wolf, and there's Rags. So all of us are on the cover. It's the Fandom Menace meets the Toxic Brood. I had seen some people asking why certain people weren't on the cover. And this was honestly, aside from, because now Tom and Mecca are on the High Council now, and Gary got an honorable mention because he had been popping up in the chat for a very long time, and then his channel kind of took off. But it was honestly everyone that, you know, we all kind of talked to in the beginning, and it was that core group.
It's the original Fandom Menace is what it is. Yeah. You know, and it's like, you know, Gary obviously had this huge explosion, has become what I call it is the definitive members of the Fandom Menace, because some of them, like Mauler, is not technically a member of the Fandom Menace. You know, that you've out there kind of,
but it's a Toxic Brood.
But the Toxic Brood also, it was part of shaping the identity of the Fandom Menace as well. You know, we have all been aware of Mauler and them for a long time, and they've shaped the identity of the fandom as long as we have. In fact, Mauler's videos inspired a lot of some of us to end up making videos. And then obviously Cecil needs to be there. And then, yeah, obviously.
Also, let me show you guys. So this was actually, it's kind of like the Return of the Jedi poster, right? And so, you know, you got Darth Vader, then you got Luke, then you got Han, then you got Princess Leia. So we got Mauler, Jeremy, Jeff, and Ethan. And so it's like the power four in the middle. And obviously I made Mauler and Wolf and Rags, you know, kind of like the Empire kind, because EFAP is its own entity. Exactly. But so there's like a story behind why everyone is the characters that they are and why I placed them in the way that I placed them and painted them the way that I painted them with the colors and whatnot. But I've seen people asking why certain people aren't in it. And, you know, some people we didn't meet until later. Like I know people brought up Clownfish TV and Doomcock a lot. But sorry, what?
Well, the Doomcock, actually, straight up, Doomcock was at one point asked if he wanted to be on it, and he just never replied. So, that's that. If you're wondering where he is on that, he was at one point asked, and he never responded. So,
and everyone, we like I asked Mauler, Wolf, and Rags if it would be okay to paint them in.
Yeah, well, I mean.
And Jeff got a hold of everyone else and got permission from them because we didn't want to use anyone's image without permission.
Exactly.
And so, but this, I wanted to just highlight this. So you guys, if you guys want to check it out and support this cover, it is my artwork. This painting is still wet.
Also,
but so this is actually, it's a real life painting. But as you can see the shine on Mauler. It's still wet. This does exist. I spent months painting this damn painting. It is the bane of my existence, and I never want to look at it again. for right now because I'm frustrated with it because it took me forever and I finally finished this damn painting. But if you want to go support that and my months of hard work and labor, go back this book.
And you are directly supporting Anna too, because Anna does get
yes, I do get paid for this, by the way. Also, I just wanted to
it's a percentage of the campaign. I just want to make sure people know it is a percentage of the campaign. It's not a commission or artist fee. Jeff is giving her a percentage of the whole campaign. So the more it makes, the more Anna makes. So
okay. But also, guys, I did want to highlight there is a day one exclusive cover. So Jeff did. This is the cover that Jeff did
because scroll all the way down. It's big at the bottom.
Yeah. Well, so I just wanted to highlight the tier. So this is a day one exclusive. We learned from Ethan. So this is the High Council with a special honorary mention of Cecil. And so if you want to get this is a day one exclusive. And then after today's 24 hours, I believe it's 9 p.m.
Yeah, you have only a few more hours.
Here, let me finish. It's 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's the only way to buy it individually. But if you do want to, it is included in one of the later bundles, but it's a higher tier bundle. So if you want to get it at this lower price, just individually, you have to do it today before 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then this is the Stealing Solo cover. As you can see, there's Ethan, Caesar, there's Jeff. You get a nice knee shot. I'm kind of concerned that Jeff doesn't have leg hair.
He doesn't actually. That's real. Like it's so faint you can't see it. That's real. You can see my leg hair more prominently than Jeff's. That is accurate.
And then you got Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Then you got Cecil. Yeah. So this is the cover. Then there's all of these different tiers on here. But if you guys want to go support me and Jeff and Jessi, who did a lot of the back end and collaborating and stuff.
I also made the trailer. I made the trailer. That's on the top. So, what did you think of my trailer?
I thought it was great. I've not been able to hear it because both times that you played it, it was on that High Council and I could not hear it. And when I play it on my own, it doesn't. I think I just have to play it on my phone with headphones because it is so faint. I don't know what you and Jeff said, except it's really, really low.
That's weird. It shouldn't be. We might have to re-upload it if it's a volume problem on it. But yeah.
But if you guys want to go get this, go back it. Here is the link. If my wonderful mods could continue to post this in the chat, that would be awesome. And let's do a little refresh. It's only been up. It's been up for less than 24 hours, and it's at $17,991 with 275 backers. So let's check this. Let's do a little update. Whoa! Holy crap! Thank you. We're at 18,444. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. So I just wanted to do a little shameless plug right there. But let's get back to the article.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch. For Tran, the role was not only a bucket list. I don't know if Kelly Tran, but I was going to say, because I have a friend whose name is Tron, spelled the same way. For Tran, the role was not only a bucket list item for a diehard Disney nerd. Her email handle in school was Lil Disney Dorco, but also an opportunity to represent her heritage for the first time in her career. Quote, I've never had this experience before where I've looked at sides and read words that were taken from the Vietnamese language, end quote, says the actor who worked with men to fine tune and offer suggestions on pronunciation and slang words used in Kumandra. That's cool. That sounds kind of cool. I mean, this is, to me, it's like when you stop being concerned, night and day difference between the marketing for this movie and the marketing for Mulan. Mulan was shoved in all our faces. Oh, look at our culture, this and our culture, that. And it fucking blew up in their faces when China turned back and said, we don't want this. This is not our culture. And this one, which was done much more quietly and not shoved in our faces, sounds like it was out of that spotlight, out of the reach of the mob, was done the way that you would want something like this to be done. You know? As the first woman of color Star Wars lead and first Southeast Asian Disney princess, Tran is well aware that she's a symbol of representation and is getting better at wearing the mantle without letting it suffocate her. I understand why there's sort of a label on the things I've done. As a kid, I saw people working in the industry and thought they were somehow elevated human beings. And if I ever got to that place, I would never feel any insecurity or doubt. And that's just not true, she says. So I acknowledge and validate the label of these things being historic. And I'm so grateful to be part of them. But for my own sanity, I have to not think about that too much.
Bam, Star Wars character.
Bam. Says activist Amanda Nguyen, a close friend who found kinship with Tran over being rare Vietnamese American young female public figures in their respective fields. It is a constant tug of figuring out, I'm doing this because I love doing it, but also being so cognizant of the lack of representation. And because of that, all of a sudden you're the de facto person representing the whole group of people. That's an immense amount of responsibility that, quite frankly, is a little unfair to people. And Kelly has handled it with so much grace. As the filmmakers and creators who have worked with Tran, go up a little bit. I lost the.
Where?
The top of that paragraph. There we go. Ask the filmmakers and creators who have worked with Tran what she was like on their sets, and they all volunteer a specific version of the same anecdote. Quote, she would introduce herself to everyone on the crew, says the Last Jedi's Johnson. She'd poke her head in departments and ask, what are you guys doing here? I'd turn around and she'd be helping sew in porg feathers. Steinkellner says, quote, you hear of divas and superstars, and there are also actors who just come in and do the work and are polite and courteous to below-the-line crew. But Kelly makes a point of really seeing people. To use a woo-woo LA word, honoring everybody. She'd ask in a respectful way if she could just shadow and observe other parts of the machine that normally an actor doesn't get involved with. That's really cool. Rhea is an animated film whose production took place remotely during the pandemic, but Tran was, quote, embedded in our family more than actors usually are, says Lopez Estrada. She was part of the crew's extracurricular activities throughout production, from participating in a Laotian bocce ceremony of blessing to kick off the project, to interviewing multiple crewmen for making of featurettes, to recording a goofy duet of Mockingbird a la Dumb and Dumber with Lopez Estrada as a rap gift for the animators. I think if we hadn't done the work from home, she probably would have come like once a week to the studio to just hang out with everyone, he says. When told that her behavior is unusual for an actor, that makes me want to die, says Tran. Maybe it's because to this day, I still worked longer as an admin assistant than a working actor, and because I didn't grow up in the industry. Going to my first movie, I remember people being like, oh, you're hanging out with PAs on the weekend. Scroll, please. On the weekends. And I'd be like, yeah, so? I still don't ever want to believe these made-up status titles we have in Hollywood. I tell my agents all the time, the day that becomes me, I will go back to college and become a scientist. Fucking good for you! Good for you. Fucking yes. I am now a fan of Kelly Marie Tran. God damn. She is speaking my language. Tran was an outgoing theater kid from San Diego performing. By the way, 180. I hate the person who wrote this article, and I think she should not be a journalist. Back of the ranch. Tran was an outgoing theater kid from San Diego, performing in local music productions and an active participant of too many high school clubs. Her parents were refugees from Vietnam who did what they had to do in their new country, including working at a funeral home to provide for their 3 daughters. Tran, the middle child, studied communications at UCLA and then joined Los Angeles's aspiring actor ranks. While working a day job as an office assistant, she honed her comedy chops in local improv shows and video sketches, where the opportunities for an Asian American trying to act on screen in the early 2010s yielded her roles like daughter, boba chick, and full Asian. As if, look, every fucking starting out actor gets those. I get drug addict, gender fluid chick. Still, while working on spec scripts in Koreatown cafes on days off, it became a running gag among friends that Tran would always inevitably pipe up. You guys, look at us. We're doing what we want to do for a living. Isn't it cool? That's what Jeff and I say to each other all the time. It's so fun. And that to me, was valuable advice that I got as an actor. Is most people look at the world. They look at their careers, and the industry is no different here, as everybody above them is a gatekeeper who is keeping them from getting to the things that they want to do. And we create these separations between what it means to be a celebrity and a regular person. And you have to talk to certain people a certain way because they're so elevated or so this or so that. Meanwhile, in my experiences, talking to some of these people, some of these super, accomplished Hollywood types, they respond so much better when you just talk to them like they're a fucking person, because they are. And I think she has the exact 1000% right approach with the way she's doing it.
I mean, and this article is making me like her more. I didn't really have strong opinions, except that when I think about her, I just feel bad for her, because I'm like, shit, she literally got the shortest end of the stick. She got the shittiest character. She got this great opportunity that who wouldn't accept a part on Star Wars? And then you think, oh yeah, I'm going to be in a Star Wars movie. And not only am I going to be in a Star Wars movie, I'm not going to just be a random background character. I'm going to be like a speaking character that has a lot of screen time. And you're literally one of the worst characters to ever exist. It's not, and so I felt bad for her on top of the shitty character, but also the costume, and then It just everything about it. It's like when I think of Kelly Marie Tran, the emotion that I feel is pity.
Yeah, but you know what? Not anymore. Reading this, I think I felt exactly the same way as you did, but I think that she figured it out. I mean, fucking good for her. She figured out how to bounce back from that, recover from a crappy experience, and utilize the opportunity and the connections, utilize the goodwill on the inside that she's certainly garnered, and good for her. I mean, like, really good for her, and just talking the talk and walking the walk of treating people like they're people. I mean, non-celebrities, most non-celebrities don't have the integrity that she's demonstrating in some of what we're hearing in this. So I hope that is the true picture of her, and I hope that's something we continue to see, and I hope that that we keep seeing these sides of her, and that she does eventually come out and share more of these stories with people, because it's fucking hilarious. The celebrities we want to shut up and go away are the ones who will not stop running their mouths. The ones where I'm like, I could stand to hear a few more interviews with you, are the ones where they're like, oh, fuck you, I ain't touching the spotlight, for good reason. Because they know what's up. They know what the climate is like. They know how their words get twisted or their image gets twisted. She's not going to put herself through that again anytime soon. But goddamn, those are the voices we need so badly. To continue, though, comedian and writer Jenny Yang, a close friend who met Tran through an Upright Citizens Brigade class 10 years ago, UCB, recalls the first time she saw the future star take the improv stage. Quote, she was a shiny button, Yang says. Her energy, purity, enthusiasm, smile, you could tell she was just so happy to be there. And I think that's what attracts people to her, because she's in an industry that can get people very jaded. Yang believes those aspects of Tran's nature became a lightning rod for the polarized responses to her involvement in Star Wars. Quote, do you remember, quote, protect Kelly Marie Tran at all costs? That was a line people felt compelled to say over and over again because she embodied relatability. She came from such a humble path and became a movie star. Yang says, I think it also makes sense that the world of the internet would latch onto that and say, yes, bitch, you should be grateful. That's the easy flip that people can make off the energy she conveyed, which is her gratitude and vulnerability. I agree with that too. I think there's a lot of that, it can be difficult in her position. It's like, you want to come out and be grateful and be like, oh my God, I'm so thankful. And so this, and be like, fuck you, you have all this shit, screw you, but then if you come out and you're like, oh my God, I have all these amazing things, I'm flying high. Everyone's like, well, where's your gratitude? You can't win, because when you have things, people who don't have the things you have will always want them and tear you down.
Yep. Jealous bitches out there.
Damn straight. Can't escape it. You don't have to be a fucking celebrity to figure that out. Tran is unlikely to return to social media. Good for her. I've truly been so much happier without being on the internet, she says. I've had my agents tell me I'm foregoing brand partnerships, but I'm not here to sell that flat tummy tea to young girls. Thank you! Good for you! I'm not here to sell flat tummy tea to young girls. She admits she engages in what she and her friends call one-sided social media, in which she's very aware of current events and trending topics, but she self-imposes extreme limits when looking at reactions to her own work. Really smart.
See, what I would do, I wouldn't worry about like the tummy tea. I'd be all about getting that makeup and products that I want. I'd be like, yo, Sideshow, I'm like a person that acts in a Star Wars movie. You want to send me your figures? That David Bowie statue that you were supposed to send to Anna, that Star Wars girl. Yeah, send it to me and I'll review it for you. I would be the worst celebrity ever, because I would be milking that shit. I'd be like, yo, hey, makeup that I like. Hey, send me that lipstick. I'll post a picture with a link to your lipstick. Send me that shit for free. Yo, Tesla, hey, I need a new car. I'll take a picture in a bikini on top of this car if you send it.
Right, send me the damn car. Tippy Tamla Kitty, obviously it's just out of jealousy. So he said, I dissed your flat tummy. I'm like, clearly it's just jealousy. As we discussed, women are jealous bitches.
Oh, yeah, totally. Jessie's so jealous of my tum-tum, which I never show to anyone anyways. So, yeah, totally.
So jelly. That's all. Like, we see each other from the chest up. And, we haven't seen each other in person in like over a year. So this is how we see each other. I don't know what the fuck her tummy looks like these days.
Yes, Aaron, call Elon, tell him I want that ugly truck. Tell him I want the truck because it looks like an alien spacecraft and I want it, and I want to put R2-D2 on top of it.
Second though, I'm with you. I'm a sellout left, right, and center for any shit.
It's not a sellout because I won't promote products I don't like. Exactly. I'll call up companies. Oh, Mio. Yeah. Oh my God, Mio. Let me fucking sponsor me. I will promote every fucking day. I will milk the shit out of that. I will show everyone go support Mio. Use the promo code Anna, that Star Wars girl. I will make fucking Mio pasties and post that just to get them more sales.
And Anna's
I would do that.
She's finally doing it. What would my response?
I would do it if I got a lifetime supply of Mio because I drink that shit every day, and those Mio bottles add up if you keep constantly buying.
My response would be like Guinness cat pasties. I would do Guinness cat pasties.
Well, I mean, all I would have to do is literally just like hold them up like that, you know, and then say, "Oh, guys, go buy Mio. Use the promo code Anna, that Star Wars girl."
That's what Jeff and I talk about all the time. Like, we should reach out to these brands. Like, we don't want money on the sponsor like that. Literally, just send me the shit because I buy your shit all the time.
Send me a lifetime supply.
Exactly. Just send it to me for free, and I will advertise you to the nth degree out of the sheer joy of having more of your product in my home. But the flip of that is Kelly Marie Tran literally said no to more money because she didn't want to get into that shit. Fucking good for you. Like, yes, you and me are all going to be all over. Like, oh, you mean I can get free these things that I spend way too much money on? Yes, give them to me. There's fucking any brand of sparkling water, because that's our fucking money hole.
Dude, so Mio is owned by Kraft, right? I would be at the Kraft facility. I'd be, you know how there's sometimes celebrities get into like the chemistry of it and they're like, oh, get this special like Anna brand. So mine would be like, what, fucking sugar? Here, get sugar Mio. Get the Star Wars girl Mio and see like if that sells. And I'm like, I will do it. I will go on a fucking Mio campaign and promote the shit out of it, raise their sales. If anything, they're getting more of a benefit out of it money wise. I just want a lifetime supply of Mio.
Damn straight.
Like if I was in her position, that's exactly what I would do. I'd be on Instagram. I'd be posting fuck that healthy shit. I would be even on that. I'd have a picture of me with a bowl of or in front of a salad because I would never have salad in my own home unless Peaches wanted it. Flipping it off because I'm like, fuck you, salad.
Mia.
Wait. Eat pixie sticks. Fuck you, salad. I'll promote pixie sticks.
Oh my
I'm all for dissing the healthy food and promoting the bad food. Body positivity. Eat that sugar.
Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Sparkling water is my Mio because, like you, I agree. Get me the Mio. I don't like still water that much, but I'm not as averse to it as you are, so I can handle it in sparkling form. But
if Mio sponsors me, I will 100% do a Mio pasty picture on Instagram for everyone.
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%.
I just want a lifetime supply of Mio, though. Like that's really all I want.
I'm in it for the Mio.
I like this. Welcome to the Sugar Rush portion of the stream. I get excited when I'm talking about Mio.
It's true. It's weird. I've never seen anyone get that excited about a water additive before. So this is exactly why you should be their brand sponsor. Who the hell else has ever been this excited about this product?
I know. Yeah, I mean, you guys should have seen it. I lost my shit in Walmart when I saw that they made double-sized Mio. I think I posted about it on Twitter. I was like, yes!
I think I remember that post, actually. I do. It was exciting.
Also, just, you know, it's been a year. It's officially been a year since we've been in lockdown.
I know. Whoa. Yeah, shit. Right. It was just last March. God, we've been...
Wait. What the fuck is Mio? Well, promo stream Anatime. Mio, if you don't like water, like me, Mio is this great alternative. So if you don't like coffee as well, what they do is Mio actually comes in a bunch of different flavors, but the ones that I like the best are the regular Mio, which does not have caffeine, but it makes it take like fruit punch or strawberries and watermelon, all these fantastical flavors. And guess what? There's no sugar, there's no calories, so it's totally healthy and doesn't have red stuff that's going to cause cancer. Totally doesn't have anything of that. But then, if you're like me and you don't like coffee, but you actually need energy all the fucking time, like I do right now, and you want to have energy to do live streams where you talk for 2 hours straight without stopping, get Mio energy. And so what you do and what I do is I get both of them and then I mix them together where I do 3/4, either this one, depending on how much energy I want, or this one. You can, you know, pick and choose which one you want. You can mix flavors. It's fucking great. Mio is the solution. If you don't like coffee like me and you don't like the taste of water like me, get Mio. It is fantastic. Kraft sponsor me and send me a lifetime supply of Mio, please and thank you. I drink this every single day. I cannot function without Mio. Even when you go out to drink, because here's the thing, alcohol tastes like shit sometimes. A lot of mostly, not to be get attacked by the fucking people that are going to attack me for saying this. So a lot of girls don't like the taste of alcohol. Just that's why they have girly drinks. Well, if you're like me and you really don't like the taste of certain alcohol, you take Mio with you to the bar and you squirt a little in your drink and it makes it taste fucking fantastic. So guys, if you have a girl and you're on a date with them and you want them to loosen up and have fun, and your girlfriend is kind of bitching because it's hard for her to get tipsy, have some Mio and be like, here, I got you, babe. You want your drink to taste like fruit punch? Does that tequila sunrise not taste like a tequila sunrise? I'm gonna fix that for you, babe. You squirt a little bit of this in her drink and guess what? It tastes like fucking fruit punch and it's fucking fantastic. I do it. My friends do it. Get Mio. It's fantastic.
Well,
that was my commercial.
That was solid. I think you should go back, clip that, and send it to Kraft. As your audition, be like, guys, this was me on my stream, completely unprompted. Here. I think you should legit do it. Why not? The worst that's going to happen is no one's going to see it. So...
Like people are saying, I'm sold, I'm getting it, taking notes, and getting sued in the process.
You just sold me out to a whole bunch of new people. So
I know. I'm telling you, Kraft.
I feel like I should send you at least a box for that,
I will promote the shit out of Mio. I just want a Mio sponsorship.
Damn straight.
Definitely not grape drink. Yeah, I don't like grape. Get that shit away from me. Grapes taste fantastic by themselves, and anything else I don't like them. Unless they're raisins. Raisins are fantastic. But yeah.
Definitely when they're big.
That's the kind of shit. If I was Kelly Marie Tran or in that position, that's what I would be doing. Every single day. And, I would be milking it for all it's fucking worth. I'm like, give me that fucking Mio. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the Mio. Just like if I was a spokesperson for Pixie Sticks, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the sugar.
Ha! Nice.
Anyways, why did we get on that tangent?
Because of the sponsorship things.
Okay. Do you want to get back to the article?
Sure thing. I really like this next thing that she says, because I think it really supports exactly what you're saying, that all of this reaction, all this pulling away from the public eye really was about the fame and not the racists. Because she says we can talk about the interaction between mental health and social media, but also mental health and the idea of fame and what it does to you. It is not normal. For me, that navigation is about how I protect myself in a way where I can continue to work in this world and continue to lift the stories that I feel the world needs to hear. Exactly. That says it all to me, right? Yeah. Social media. That's the thing. That social media isn't the problem. It's the fame and everything that comes with it is the problem.
Oh, Rob, they're bad. But you know what's funny is my dentist hates me.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, my dentist hates me.
No shit.
He retired early because I started coming to the dentist again.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, my teeth are, But hey, I brush them and I do everything they say, but I just don't tell them what my diet is. Also, quick before we get back into it, I did want to highlight Stealing Solo. If you guys want to promote or if you want to support me and my artwork, there is this painting that I did that's the cover for Jeff's Stealing Solo graphic novel. So go support it. There's a bunch of tiers. There's get this one right now. Like if you're holding off and you want to think about it, I would highly recommend getting this one because this is a 24-hour exclusive. And if you don't want to pay more for one of the bigger tiers, just get this one now. But if you want my cover, there's a bunch of different options for it. So if you just want the basic one, here it is. It's $25. The graphic novel is over 100 pages. And you get a cover that is a painting by me. So let's do a little refresh. And my mods have been wonderful and posting the link for this in the chat. So if you guys, again... everyone screamed and cried at the top of their lungs when my Vampirella cover was a digital drawing, a digital painting instead of a traditional painting. So here you guys go. Here is my first comic book cover where it's an oil painting. So there you go. To everyone that screamed about that shit, there you go. So let's do a little refresh and see if there has been anything. Oh, yay! Hey, look at that. Thank you so much, everyone.
Oh my God, thank you.
We're closing in on 19,000. That would be awesome if we could break 19,000 this stream. And we're at 289 backers. Holy crap. Thank you so much, everyone. The link for this is in the chat now, and my wonderful mods have been posting it. Wanted to do a little quick detour until we get back to this.
Yeah.
This. All right, Jessi, keep reading.
Those stories include Lily Topples the World, a documentary Tran is executive producing that will premiere at SXSW this month. I have no idea what that is. That sounds interesting, though. Feature follows college student Lily Hevesh, a Chinese adoptee and the world's most accomplished domino artist. Her YouTube channel has amassed more than 1.1 billion views. Tran describes a scene in which Lily runs a business meeting with a group of middle-aged white men about her upcoming domino line. She's much younger than me, and here's a woman in this space doing her thing without having to be like, how does it feel to be Asian? I want to continue to amplify those stories, but I also want to be that person. Love that, right? It's not about, I'm an Asian person. It's about fucking doing it. And listen to the way she talks about that too, right? There's a scene where she's in a business meeting with a bunch of middle-aged white men. She doesn't cast any dispersions on the white men. She doesn't neg on them or whatever. She's making the great point, which is that here's a woman, a young woman who's Asian, a young woman of color, as we'd say, right? Who earned her way into this room. She didn't have to affirmative action her way in. She didn't have to kick or scream or cry about my diversity and my this, and I'm a woman and I'm a person of color and whatever. She did her fucking work, and she's sitting at the table with the image that has been propagated as the image of exclusivity and white supremacy and evil. Well, these guys had no problem letting her in when she showed up with the merit that it took to sit at the table. And for Kelly Marie Tran to look at that and go, that's inspirational, not, oh, she's an Asian woman, and specifically in contrast to saying, I want to be that. I want to be the woman who sits down at the table with the white dudes and is just part of the team, not the woman who has to come to the table going, well, I'm here to represent the Asian faction, so everything I say is about Asian me and Asian this and Asian that, when I just want to be a fucking person. Thank you, Kelly Marie Tran, for existing and saying this shit.
Hey, Jessi, you wanna read this? So
I see your ultimate cringe, and I raise you with pronoun cringe. So, not he, they. Tarek, is your injury? Is it your injuries? Are you in pain? No, it is, sir, Master Chris. Something terrible has happened. Okay, so I don't know any more context for this page.
So this character is not a he; it's a they, them.
Okay,
and so this character is referred to this character like, is he okay? And Avar Chris, the bestest ever, said not he, they. So she corrected this character, misgendering this character when they're in a life and death situation. I think
why is this in more? Why is this in literature? Why is this in literature?
I don't know.
Why is it in Star Wars? Why does it exist? Like it's just
them trying to virtue signal again, guys. That was written by the dude that blocked me on Twitter preemptively before all the High Council, before all of the before the High Republic stuff happened and we all started covering it. He blocked me before this.
It's a great point, too. Instead of actually answering the question or worrying about if the person is okay, you're more worried about their fucking pronouns.
Yep. But so, guys, this is
happy birthday, Will Gentry.
Oh yeah, Will, happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. Woo! That's my favorite rendition of Happy Birthday from the Emperor's New Groove. But so this was written by Kevin Scott, who is he doesn't like me very much. Apparently he's watched my content and it's not for him.
Well, then he should stop watching it and not bitch about it.
Well, I think it's because he blocked me and then he hid people's replies that were tagging me in it, and then people asking him.
I remember this fucker. Yeah. There's a difference between someone's content not being for you and their content's not for me, so I'm going to erase any trace of them that is anywhere.
And then he did a whole tweet that was a passive aggressive tweet about me. Talking about how he's like, I'm going to block toxic people that only come into my chat to start a fight. And I'm like, but he posted that before I even followed him, or before I don't follow him because I'm blocked, obviously, but before I'd ever interacted with him. So he was talking shit about me, going into his comments and starting a fight. And like anyone that knows my Twitter, I don't go looking for a fight. People come to me and start a fight, and I defend myself. Or if people send me something, because this happens all the time when people send me tweets and they say, Anna, can you help me? That's somebody reaching out for help, and I'll look at it and assess the situation on whether or not I need to help them. Like, for example, there was a time when Darth Barbie, Krista, she was getting harassed by all of these weirdos and calling her all of these names because she literally just said, this is what The Last of Us 2 is about, and how she didn't like it. And people were calling her all these names. And I'm like, why are you calling her a name? That's literally what happens in the video game. And she said she didn't like it. So why are you calling her names? I'm like, you're attacking a woman. And obviously Krista isn't as aggressive as I am. And I could tell that she was a little overwhelmed. So I messaged her and told her, I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about these weirdos. And because then she had a typo, and she even had a little corrective tweet underneath it. And they were making fun of her, calling her stupid. And it's like, who hasn't had a fucking typo on fucking Twitter?
Especially Twitter, where it doesn't let you go redo it. Like you're on mobile, you're doing something quickly, you go and you go, shit, I didn't proofread this, or you did proofread it and your brain filled it in correctly. And you post it, you're like, fuck, it's whatever.
Yeah, but so that's the only time when I'll go out of my way to say something, but that's literally just to defend my friends. But anyways. Yeah, but so that dude that had to insert the pronoun to please the pronoun police in his fucking comic. He doesn't care about the story. He likes to talk shit about me publicly on Twitter in a passive aggressive tweet that I couldn't see because I was fucking blocked, which is like, bro, you're the only one that's looking for a fight when you post shit like that. Anyways,
the way to promote inclusivity and acceptance is to just have people use the pronouns like they're no big fucking deal. If that's what you want, that's the world you want to live in. Doing that, let's call attention to it, is as obnoxious. It's more obnoxious in written form than it is in the real world, because we're already inundated with that shit in the real world. We already fucking deal with being obnoxious about that crap day in and day out. Don't insert into my escapist media that I go to get away from this bullshit. Come on.
And I realized I haven't checked on Super Chats in a while, so I'm going to read 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Specifically 3 or 4 of them, because I don't want to, we're almost done with this article, so I do want to get to it. Let me see if I can find out where I left off. Oh my. Well, this is not nice. If that's the one that I need. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay. Andy, thank you for the super chat. Marie Tran is a terrible actress. I would just like to say, if you've watched all of her movies and you have come to that conclusion, that you're entitled to your opinion, but I have a feeling the only film you've seen of hers is The Last Jedi, and I wouldn't base an actor's entire career on one film that she literally got the worst fucking script and the worst character.
Absolutely. I mean, that's like watching The Phantom Menace, only The Phantom Menace, and having your takeaway be, wow, Natalie Portman's a terrible actress. You may watch the entire body of work and still feel that way, but that is not the movie to base your opinion of her body of work on.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that's my stance on Kathleen Marie Tran as an actress. Not enough information. The only thing I've seen her in is The Last Jedi, so I do not have enough information to judge her as an actress. Even people who've been in 3 or 4 things, to me, I still go, they're untested. Maybe they haven't hit the right role yet. Maybe they need more training. Maybe they need to get used to being on set on this big of a scale. I'm not going to snap judge an actress on their first few performances and their first few years of success.
And then there's some actors that burn out when they're a kid. Like, look at Macaulay Culkin. He wasn't very successful as an adult, but as his glory days were when he was a kid.
Exactly.
So, and it's like you're not going to hire him now for I don't know an epic movie, and you've only seen Home Alone.
Exactly.
But so I think Cecil actually had this idea, is if they did what is it, The Purge? Is that the movie where nobody has rules for a day? Yeah. But it's with Kevin McAllister as an adult, and he's defending his home.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
See, that's when everyone's like, oh my God, that would be the best thing ever.
Dude.
There's a misspelling in the title. Oh God, what did I say?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot to point that out to you earlier. I did notice that, but I was running in to get into the room, and I totally.
Is it Matriarchy? It is. It is Matriarchy. I didn't notice that. How come it's right after 2 hours of in the damn show?
I forgot. I straight up forgot until the chat started saying it. So
all right, guys, it's edited now.
It's fine.
It will be there soon. It says an error occurred. Anyways, everyone. Let me read these next super chats. Shiny Effects, what's up, dude? Thank you for the super chat. I would be so insulted if I was Kelly and they made me look like, I think I read this one earlier, fat, ugly in the movie. Seriously, why would you do that to someone? It's horrible. Again, if that was the point of the character, that it was like, or, because they'll have like the dorky girl and then they give her the makeover and, she feels more comfortable in her skin. And it's like a metaphor for her coming to terms with who she is and stuff like that. That's different. Or if the character's supposed to be gross, like Jabba the Hutt, but he literally went out of his way to do that to her, which is fucked up. Arab Ziadi, thank you for the super chat. Isn't it interesting every time they have a movie or something coming out, these type of articles resurface? It is, because they don't have any information, so they have to pretend like they have sources, so they make up stories. And then they like do this like, oh my god, here she's being resurrected, and then let's pull up all of these old quotes and stuff from 2019 and previous to base an article about her coming back. And it's like, but not. So she didn't do a recent interview. None of this is current news. Okay, you're literally like, when people accuse like me or you of clickbait shit, it's like, no, the shit that I talk about in the title and in the thumbnail is actually in the video. This is literally shit from years ago that they're trying to pin as new news. Like this is a clickbait article.
Yeah, there were a couple anecdotes, I guess. It sounded like they had watched some other interview that she did somewhere, and we're talking about this movie, and like anything about the new movie was based on something they watched that someone else did, because you ain't telling to get an interview like that. Your writing shows that clearly. So my advice to you, Rebecca Stein, become a better writer if you want to do better articles.
Let's see. Russell Hall, thank you for super chat. Don't call John and Cecil brothers to Anna. She's going to get confused about the platonic nature of their relationship. Fuck off, Russell Hall. J Lord, thank you for the super chat. Anna, if you find this question too personal, you don't have to answer. Oh God. But from your avatar and the Inktober Challenge 2020 Day 21, are you a little kinky? My avatar is Slave Leia, which is a thing from Star Wars. I'm not exactly sure what okay, so this is my live channel. Go subscribe to it if you want to rewatch this live stream. Okay, let's look. What was 21? Was that the chain one? Which I feel like it probably. Oh, this one. No, wasn't the talent. I had to do it based on the word. What did I do? Oh no, go back. Inktober Challenge Day 21. Escape. So what I was thinking was I was looking at Frank Frazetta stuff and like the prisoner or the orc chick having to escape. Okay, this I think perfectly embodies the word escape, because she's tied up and chained as a prisoner. And what does she want to do? Escape. So I did it based on, because, Inktober, the point of it is like you draw every day, but they give you words for drawing prompts that it makes you think. Like, oh, how am I supposed to embody the word escape? Well, I'll show you a character that looks like it's struggling, that's chained up, that's going to make you feel the emotion of wanting to escape. So,
yep.
I don't know how this translates to people thinking about my sex life, but
I think they're assuming you're into bondage.
But this was the only one out of any of them that had any form of it, but it's because she's a prisoner and she wants to escape.
People on the internet will take a line that somebody says, pull words out of it, word scramble it into any fucking message they want, and go, see, it's a secret message from this person, and then get thousands of other people on the internet to believe that wholeheartedly. It is not a stretch for me to think that one person saw a couple images like this and is into bondage themselves and had some wishful thinking. That is not even a stretch at all.
I do actually enjoy drawing chains. They're actually really easy and fun to draw.
Yeah.
But this one, I I had a couple of prompts that I didn't really like because I found the original prompt list sucked. So I had to I found this other one on Instagram. And so there was a couple that surprised me. Like the fire one was really fun. The fairy, or this one was flight. And so I drew a fairy. That one was a lot of fun to do. There was some that was like really repetitive. Like one was night, but this one was something, but it was basically the same one as this one. So I had to find how to do this in a different style. Like as it got to the end, they were all kind of similar. Like this one was pumpkin spice. I'm like, how do I draw an orc with pumpkin spice? And like, so there's a couple that are really similar. Like another one was like tea. So this one is holding a cup and she's having tea. And so this one is basically the same thing. I'm like, and I tried to come up with stories on how all of these characters all exist within the same world. And so, yeah, so all of this is, oh no, this one, it's this one. So day 12, day 25, and day 29 or day 28 are all basically the same fucking prompt. So you got to be careful about it. But yeah, so this was my Inktober challenge. Oh, by the way, guys, this is my art channel that I'm working on trying to get monetized. And yeah. So I'm trying to build up this channel. I've done one live stream on here, but to answer your question, I don't see how you got the conclusion that I was kinky. I feel like we all have, and it honestly depends on your definition of kinky, because I feel like what I think other people think is kinky, mine might be a little bit different.
Oh, that's very true. There's it depends on it so depends on your company. Some people think the woman being on top is kinky. Other people think like choking.
Isn't that like the most normal thing ever, though? I'm just gonna play this for everyone.
Other people think that choking is vanilla. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to talk too much about my sex life and what I'm into, but I would say that the way I can describe
here's my answer to that question. It's not relevant to you. I have a boyfriend. I'm very happy with him. He's right there. So Anna's in a similar position. So I'm assuming that her sex life is equally relevant to you.
Yeah, or not relevant to anyone. I would say though it would be dorky. Like everything about me, it's dorky. Like, remember the episode? Oh, you've never watched Friends, but so Jessi, there's an episode of Friends where Rachel is like, she's trying to distract Ross, and she asks him about fantasies, and she's like, "What's your fantasy?" And Ross is a fucking nerd, so he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Have you ever seen Star Wars?" And she's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Remember that scene in Return of the Jedi with Princess Leia in the sleigh?" And then Rachel, she's not into that kind of stuff, so she's talking to the girls, and she's like, "Hey, like, do you guys know what the whole thing is with Princess Leia and the gold bikini?" And then Phoebe's like, "Oh yeah, that was like when Princess Leia was like, she went from just a regular princess to like becoming a woman." But the way I'm paraphrasing terribly, but so basically it's just the girls, we talk about that stuff all the time, but then the guys are like, "Hey, like, don't you guys have the Princess Leia gold bikini?" And so it turns into the girls like making fun of Ross. And so but then Chandler's like, "Are you ever like with a chick and then you just picture your mom and then you're like too far into the sexy time that you have to just keep going, but like you're seeing her as your mom?"
Ew, what?
So in the episode, Rachel finally gets the gold bikini, but then all Ross can see is his mom in the gold bikini. So Chandler ruined his sexual fantasy.
Oh, that's awesome. Chandler sounds like the best.
But so there you guys just watched me draw. I actually was really happy with the colors because after 31 days, or I think this was day 21. So after 21 days of doing it, you have to come up with different color pattern or different color schemes. So I actually learned a new technique with this one.
Oh, cool.
So I'm actually happy with this drawing, but I don't see how this insinuates anything with my sex life. I was literally just following a prompt list, but whatever, to each their own. And I guess I'll read one more so we don't leave off on that. Jaden Whedon, thank you for the super chat. They're going to say it's toxic fans' fault. #Ree! Yeah, that's what they're trying to do, even though if you read any of these fucking quotes, it's the exact opposite. All right, go on, Jessi. Read it.
Oh, man. When she reflects on her tense journey over the past few years, the part that makes Tran choke up now isn't the public personal attacks that muddied the most thrilling time in her life. It's this part. Quote, "I think we forget as working actors that even being in this world at all is a miracle." Her voice is heavy with relief that she's managed to retain the part of herself, that passion for the magic of storytelling that she treasures the most. "Hope for me looks like reminding yourself that to get where you are, you've survived some shit," Tran says. when the world is moving so quickly and there are these voices saying, if you don't do this, you'll never work again. If you really come into your power and surround yourself with people who are honoring your voice and their own voices, I guess that's how I got through it. Good for you.
And then there we go. There's Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah.
Look at her things, her shoulder, her dress is falling on her shoulder. Look, she's showing some legs.
I like that dress too.
And it's over. I know, that's a really great dress.
I'd wear the dress.
I mean, could you imagine? Like, again, even in this one, she looks more like a Star Wars character.
She does.
Like, could you imagine if they got to Canto Bite and they're like, we have to blend in, because she changed her costume to blend in on for what the First Order. Why couldn't she change her costume on Canto Bite? I mean, even Princess Leia or Carrie Fisher pointed this out in like a thing. She's like, that girl that you hired to play my mother, every time she walks in a different room, she's in a different costume. She's like, I had to wear the same dress without a bra. She told me underwear doesn't exist in outer space. It's like, could you imagine? Like, that would be subverting your expectations if Finn and Rose go to Canto Bite and she's all of a sudden in that dress because they had to get in, and Finn is in like a tuxedo.
Because then you could pull a whole like, oh, let me go get changed, and have the moment where she comes out and he sees her in a totally new way. And now maybe that fucking kiss at the end makes a little more sense.
Everyone might actually like that scene.
Exactly. That probably would have been everyone's moment of going, oh, wow, this movie just sucked a little bit less. Wow. It's really bullshit what they did with her character and just her. I mean,
was she the friend? Kelly Marie Tran voiced a character in Croods 2 and was probably one of the better parts of that movie. Peaches and the Munchkin were just watching it.
Laura Dern had more sex appeal. It's true, Patrick McNeil. Sad but true.
I just looked up Jennifer Aniston, Slave Leia, surprisingly disappointing. Yeah, it's because they have her have the wrong hair. Here, I'll pull it up. They have her have the buns instead of the actual Slave Leia outfit, you know, with the bun and the braid coming out of it. And then it's not revealing at all, because they had to make it look like she got the like generic costume. So here, I'll show you.
I think we're missing a key piece of oh yeah, that's kind of whatever. I think they aren't
super high, like that's the wrong top. They have her in like this terrible wig.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. The color's wrong too on the bottom.
I think this is a pixelated, or like this is because even the color on her hair is wrong, because she's like more blonde at this point. But I mean, this chick, she actually became famous because of this Slave Leia that she wore to Comic-Con. Like, she's in movies now. But
wow.
Yeah, I mean that is like, this is just like when she was cosplaying, but then it's like you got Jennifer Aniston. But the joke was that it was wrong.
Yeah,
but the fact that it was more of her doing it for for Ross, you know, her boyfriend.
I once had a boyfriend who wore a Slave Leia costume for me. We're missing out on a key piece of art from this campaign that I just realized. There should definitely be a painting of Cecil the Hutt with Slave Anna.
I'm not painting that. I'm not doing it. I'm done. I'm done fucking painting shit. I'm taking a fucking break. I'll get this up on here. But wait, what? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, so yeah, Jennifer Aniston was in Slave Leia. But yeah, I totally think The Last Jedi would be a bit of a game changer if that happened. If when they got to Canto Bite and they had to blend in, they went into a room, or I don't know, there was something, and they were able to break into a store, and then they change and they both come out of the dressing room. He's in a tux so he can fit in. And wouldn't it be cool if they actually had to like gamble?
I would love to see that, and then try to figure out some weird.
It had to be like, it would be a kind of James Bond scene. They had to blend in and pretend like, you know, this, and then she came out in this dress.
Way more interesting than fucking getting arrested and meeting Benicio del Toro in jail.
Well, I mean, they could have gotten arrested too, you know, because saving the animals.
Oh, yeah, it could have happened. Yeah, that could have happened eventually.
But still, I mean, even if you switch out that and you just had them in these different costumes, him in a tux and her in the dress, I think the Canto Bite scene would be very, very different.
It would have a completely different tenor, and it would make them feel more like they had a purpose for being there. They're actually interacting with the world instead of just showing up like tourists for 5 minutes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be clear with the chat. Jeff has not and will never wear the Slave Leia outfit because he's too big for it. So, and I'll probably
a guy to wear that though. Is it because you want to pretend like you're Han Solo?
You know, that's sometimes.
I don't know.
Honestly, it was a joke. It was
seeing a man in the slave Leia. If it's not for comedy purposes, like it's just kind of.
Honestly, it was. I had just graduated from college. It was my fencing team had given it to me. I was their coach. They had given it to me as a gift because they always got me a Star Wars themed gift. And as a joke, I said, I just graduated from college as my graduation gift. I want you to put this on. And
there you go.
Did for me. It was just fun. It was like the one time I had the power, enough power to pull the card to get him to do it. So it wasn't that I necessarily wanted to see him in it. It was just I knew that this one moment I could get him to do it.
And yes, Cecil is correct. I do have me as Slave Leia on a T-shirt. This was drawn by the wonderful
Yeah,
Kelsey.
but not with Cecil the Hutt, though.
I know, it's with Cecil Fat Boba Fett because, and honestly, Kelsey made him a little skinnier than Cecil actually is. But Kelsey predicted the future with Fat Boba Fett. There you go. If you guys want a T-shirt of me, because people were like, Anna, why don't you have merch for your channel? I'm like, it's my name, and that's Star Wars Girl. I don't know a lot of guys that are going to want to wear a T-shirt that says that's Star Wars Girl on it, and then people are like, no, we will. And I can see the back end of this, and people actually are. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. People actually want this. But so yeah, here's a picture of me as Slave Leia with Cecil, and there's this, so there you go. If you guys want a T-shirt of me, but also everyone, Stealing Solo. This is a painting that I did in collaboration with Jeff. It's got EFAT, the Toxic Brood, and then you got the Fandom Menace. I'm going to remove Cecil's little banner. But yeah, so this is actually, let me get the link for it again. If you guys want to get a cover, which again, everyone's screaming because they're like, why didn't you do an oil painting of Amberelle? And I'm like, because I wanted to do a digital painting, and I like the way it came out. It came out exactly the way that I wanted it to. But people were upset that I didn't do an oil painting, and I'm like, do you guys have any idea how long that shit fucking takes? Jeff do now.
When did you start working on it? It was like,
I think it took me at least 6 months.
Yeah, at least, definitely. God, that was Asia. I think we sat down like last summer to sometime to
yeah, it was a long time ago.
Nap it all out.
Guys, this actually isn't the finished image of it because this I actually took when it right after I finished, so the paint was still wet. So as you can see, like on Ethan, you see how it's a little light right here, and then it's darker over here, and there's a slight blue tinge right here. That's not going to be there. It's going to be it'll look different. So once this paint has dried and I add the varnish, I'll be able to get a better picture of it. But so right now, that's why the color right here in this area looks a little flat, especially on Gary.
It looks fine. Nobody noticed until you put, and honestly, even pointing it out, it doesn't look flat to me at all because only you'd care about that. So.
Well, just trust me. It's going to look better, but I had to.
I believe that it will look even better, but I couldn't. I mean, look, I'm an untrained eye. I get it, but
Salacious B. Tom is my favorite. Well, good. I'm glad you like that.
Salacious Tom is a lot of fun.
Honestly, guys, my favorite part of this painting is Ethan's face because it took me 5 minutes.
It looks, and it turned out so fucking well.
Everything else, I hate. I hate it. Like this hand, I fucking hate. Oh, Jesse's leg actually was fun. That worked out phenomenal. So Jesse's leg and Ethan's face were great. Jeff's face, I'm sorry. I don't want to look at it ever. I guess until next time I see him in real life. I never want to look at a picture of Jeremy's face again. Ever. I guess Wolf and Rags Wolf was easy. Wolf I got in however many strokes you see right here. Rags took me a few tries and it messed with the background. Cecil took me forever. Mecca, it was more getting the pose and her, the Laku right. That took a while. And then Gary, whenever you see Gary talk, there's always a microphone and he's always pointing the opposite direction of the way I painted him. And he's always like this. And so I had to get it like that. So I had to stalk a shit ton of Gary's live streams to find this angle, which was not easy to do.
Wow.
So the research on that was a pain in the butt. And then I didn't know that Gary didn't like Ewoks. So I feel kind of bad.
Yeah, we found that out. He showed up. I was on the stream yesterday and was all like, "Oh, I'm an Ewok, great!" And I'm like, "Well,
I didn't know." No, but then Gary said something about
Gary is the lucky add-on to the cover, right? He's the only person because of everybody else. It's like your OG, the OG High Council, are the evil Toxic Brood, the original women of the Fandom Menace, the current High Council. And well, Gary, how do you like Gary? one of the only other big names, like we said, Newmark was offered. We had to get everyone's permission to use their likeness and stuff. So
well, that's why I was kind of surprised because Gary said he didn't know he was on the cover, but I was like, didn't Jeff ask him?
He gave Jeff permission. Like Jeff has it all in writing in places.
He probably just forgot.
I'm sure he forgot because it was. I mean, a lot has happened in his channel and his life since then, for sure.
Yes, that is me. That was back when I had different eyebrows, though, because I did my eyebrows differently. But I thought it was pretty clear who everyone was. But what I did want to do, because if you look at the detail on Jeff's face and Jeremy's face, I don't know. Jeremy's face looks a little weird in this lighting. It doesn't look like this. This little thing is a little bit more intense. I think it's the way that I played with it in layers to make everything match. But I put more detail on Ethan, Jeff, and Jeremy's faces because they're the OG and we're all supposed to be faded away, which once I get a better picture of the painting, you guys will be able to see that. But so that's why like me and Jessi, it's like the basic face, but you still know who we are. But I wanted to keep the detail centered on these three guys. So they got a lot more attention to their faces than the rest of us. But I made sure that you get the costumes and stuff. And I saw a couple of people asking who Jessi was. She's one of the girls because I wanted to keep it OG characters. And so I gave Jessi the one chick that Boba Fett goes like this to. I cannot remember her name. And then I gave her Han Solo's belt and then a blaster.
Damn straight. I requisitioned the blaster, so Anna was loving enough to paint it for me, even though she hates making guns.
Yeah, I hated every second of painting this fucking gun.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. This is the second time you painted me with a blaster, so with Han Solo's blaster. So
it's true.
You are my favorite person ever.
But so if anyone wants to go and support this, let's get this. I'll put the link here. So if you guys want to go and get a cover, which is my first oil painted cover, I guess, a comic book cover, go over and support it. My goal for this stream was to pass 19,000 on this stream.
Did it?
And we are at 289 backers. I'm going to do a refresh.
I'm going to do a drum roll.
Holy crap. Thank you so much, everyone. $19,010. And then we're at 296 backers. Holy shit. Thank you so much, everyone. That's incredible. It has only been going for less than 24 hours. I think at like 9 p.m. is when it'll get to 24 hours. So that'd be awesome if we could pass 20,000 in the first 24 hours, wouldn't it, Jessi?
I would love that, and I think we can do it. I
think we can do it, Dad. Yeah, almost to 300 backers. I know, that's absolutely incredible. Does Jeff have the stats for his first campaign?
Somewhere, I'm sure. We'll go back and cross-reference, because certainly, I mean, this is already, this. If we hit our goal tonight, then this campaign in 24 hours will have beat the original goal for the first campaign.
Holy crap. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want to check this out, I'm going to leave this up. Do you want to look at the top or the bottom?
I like this framing. I think this framing is nice. I mean, poor Jeremy, but
I know poor Jeremy got decapitated. He actually kind of looks like the Headless Horseman right here.
There you go. That's what I was struggling with when I was doing my Ken Burns on in the trailer, because I was like, all right, how much do I punch? I was looking up originally punching so you could see all three of them still. Then I was like, it's and the easiest one to do is just cut off Jeremy's head. It keeps the balance of the whole picture still if you zoom in like that.
I feel bad though.
It's all right. You hate it anyway.
We're done with the article, so I'm going to read super chats. Thank you so much, everyone, for the 517 people that are still here. Let's see. Where am I? Andy, thank you for the super chat. Life is tough, simps. It is. And being the #1 Henry Cavill super simp, it is tough. Because you know what? I will fight to the fucking end of time for Henry Cavill because he is beautiful and perfect. He's the embodiment of perfection except for his blue eyes. But everyone has to have something that brings him back to humanity and this level of existence. So being Henry Cavill's super simp is not easy because there are some haters that are out there for Henry, and I will defend him to the end of the fucking universe. That's all I gotta say.
Somebody just pointed out that we have currently 69 claimed books of the just your cover. So
ooh,
69, dude.
Thank you for the super chat. Thomas Gonzalez, thank you for the super chat. What type of paintbrushes do you use? A lot. I mean, this one I had to buy special paintbrushes because let me see if I can find one. Let's see. I think these. Oh shit! I forgot to clean them. So this is what I had to use for Jeff's face and Ethan's face and my face. I literally, you know what I actually did do though is I found some that it was literally just like one little hair in the little paintbrushes, and I had to use that for stuff because guys, this is not a big painting. This thing is small. So look at this brush is too big for Jeff's face. This teeny tiny little brush. They're too big. And honestly, I think one of the most frustrating things about this painting was how bad it made my eyes hurt because it's a lot of insane details, but they're so small that it would like hurt my eyes. So wow. I had to do it in like sessions, which is usually how we do it, but it was a pain in the butt. No, blue eyes are not the best. I hate blue eyes, excluding yours, Jessi. Yours is the only ones I like. Yeah, no. The lighter the color of the eyes, the less I like them. And blue eyes are just, especially like, look, here's the thing. It's like you have a hot, amazingly sculpted by the gods man, and then it just kills it when they have blue eyes. It's like, no, give me dark eyes like Antonio Banderas that are sexy, and you're staring into them, and it's like a bottomless, pit of sexiness and sex appeal and like drool inducing just glory.
You and I could not be more opposite. I always thought brown until I met some brown-eyed guys growing up that I did ultimately enjoy. I like Jeff. Jeff has beautiful eyes. But I always loved blue eye. I always felt the total opposite. You give me a big, sculpted, nice hunk of man, and if he's got a set of piercing blues, he's just gonna.
That's like an instant, like, ugh.
I'm the total opposite. If it's like all that,
it's an instant boner kill for me if the guy has colored eyes. But with Henry, it's different because it's like, okay, you're perfect in every other way, but the blue eyes brings you back to humanity. So it's like, all right. But yeah, I've never been a fan of colored eyes. The darker, the better. Let's see. Will Gentry, thank you for this. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, Will.
Happy birthday, Will Gentry.
As for Kelly Marie Tran, they're still trying to twist her words to blame fans when she clearly saying Hollywood is toxic. Exactly. And that's what we pointed out countless times while reading this article.
And clearly in that one quote has even made a point to when people try to get her to talk about the evils of social media, pointedly say, no, that's not the problem. Fame is the problem. Fucking listen to her. You're so disingenuous. This whole article about how great and brave and strong she is when literally, like I said earlier, you're doing exactly the opposite of everything she, in the words you quote, states she would want. The fuck is wrong with you people?
Andy, thank you for the chat. This chat is too real. Goddamn. Joseph Bennywise, thank you for the super chat. And it's a little controller with the muscles. And I don't know what it's saying. Is it saying YOLO?
Probably.
Or LOLO? But thank you.
There is a YOLO. I think.
Shiny, thank you for the super chat, dude. Don't be creepy. Looks at Anna's Henry tweets. It would be creepy if I was going up to him and saying that in real life, but I'm not. I think it's cute and funny. If he doesn't, I am completely mentally prepared to receive a restraining order, which will make me cry. But I would understand. Like, I'd be like, all right, I did that to myself. I was a little creepy. I want to keep the benefit of the doubt going just for my own sanity that he would find it cute and not creepy. Tall, dark, and gruesome. Thank you for the super chat. As a Juventus fan, I'm pleased Anna loves Cristiano Ronaldo 7. See, yes, Ronaldo. That's my boy. He's the pride of Portugal. Jessi, do you know anything about soccer?
All I know is that once I sat next to Cristiano Ronaldo's agent on an airplane. Yes.
Well, the only thing you need to know about soccer is that it is dominated by the Portuguese, and the best soccer player in the world is the pride of Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo.
I did know that. partially because I was on this flight with this guy and he was telling me about Cristiano Ronaldo, his client, and this and that. And so I was asking people about it, like, who is the soccer guy? Do you know him? And they were all like, oh shit, he's like the best soccer guy ever. I don't think he was on that flight. Obviously, he would have been flying first class if he was and whatnot. Little Asian just stuck back there with me. But he was telling me a whole story about how apparently they missed out because they were in Vegas together and approached by somebody, by what's his face, the guy who started Uber.
Oh God.
And offered them a stake in the company and they turned him down. But yeah, you were like, no, which is like, on the one hand, you cut yourself out of a whole lot of money. On the other hand, probably not the people you wanted to get in bed with. So
I like how somebody's saying Messi is better. Oh, that's funny because 2 World Cups ago, Messi completely clutched. And oh yeah, who beat Argentina? Oh yeah, that's right, Germany. So shut the fuck up. Messi is not better than Ronaldo. Ronaldo is the fucking GOAT. Also, this person, Cow Inference, says, I would pay good money to see Anna walk up to Henry. I would faint. I don't even think I would be able to approach Henry. I would lose words. I would cry. I would faint. I would laugh uncontrollably. I wouldn't be able to get near Henry because I would be too fucking nervous. Anyways, thank you for the super chat. Russell Hall, let's be honest, we've all seen the makeup tutorial vids where Korean women go from Shrek to Fiona. Kelly Marie Tran is not a handsome woman. That's mean. But Kelly Marie Tran's not like that. Like, you see her she had makeup on in The Last Jedi, but it's very bare.
It's done to be fair, like, here's me with absolutely no makeup on. Right?
Well, you've done plenty of videos and streams where you're not wearing makeup.
Literally all I did today is put on eyeliner. Like I don't think I'm ugly or disgusting here at all, but this certainly looks very different. Even just the eyeliner changes my face a lot, even with the skin smooth. And then literally a very, very, very minute amount of foundation makes my skin go from that to that. I mean, really all that was a very small amount of foundation. This is the same day. This is minutes later. It's when you're on camera, when you're on screen, light makes you look shitty too. You actually like, this is more what I look like than say the first picture I showed you, where it's like all full bare light showing every wrinkle and shadow and shade and discoloration and that and the other. I don't agree. I've seen other pictures of Kelly Marie Tran with less makeup on and stuff like that. I think she is a very beautiful woman who can be made supremely glamorous with obviously makeup and certain clothes. But in her natural life is much more beautiful than The Last Jedi allowed you to believe.
Yeah, I think if everyone's first impression of her was this instead of the Rose Tico, everyone would think of her in a completely different way. But because the first thing you see of her is her in a potato sack with a stupid hairdo, that's what you think of.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck you, Cecil. I've seen you without your fucking mask. If I'm a goblin, that means David Bowie is my king.
That's true.
Best statue I've ever received.
I mean, isn't people called a goblin a compliment when it's coming from a troll?
That's true. Okay, but let me get through these super chats, guys. Let's see. Joseph Bennywise, thank you for the super chat. I can't type fast enough to keep up with you ladies about the topic. So hi, keep up the great work. Hail to all. You ladies are awesome. Oh, well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate that. Lit River, thank you for the super chat. She thought she found the golden ticket, so she felt like a retired old white man. I thought that was the dream. Love you both. Well, I would say getting to roll in Star Wars would be like a golden ticket, but I get the joke. Nico Glock, thank you for the super chat. Love the haircut. I think he's talking about you.
Oh, wow. Yay, thank you. I love my haircut too.
Diano, thank you for the super chat. Anna, have you seen the Indiegogo for Star Trek Voyager documentary? I have not. I will look into that. Thank you for letting me know. Ike the Dorito, Isaac, thank you for the super chat. Old-timey Southeast Asian Korean haircut, LOL. Luke, son of Skywalker, thank you for the super chat. Apparently in China, blue means immortality. But I thought they weren't in China. I thought that they were in like Cambodia or maybe even Vietnam.
I think a lot of the core meanings of the colors are similar throughout a lot of Asian cultures, but don't quote me on that. I know, like between China and Japan, there's a lot of that. A lot of those things that are imbued with the same meaning. So I don't know if that carries over into Southeast Asia as well. But I would suspect that it does.
Nico Glock, thank you for super chat. I love Jesse's haircut, and I saw that that was like he was little stars correcting himself on there because I think he just said, "I love the haircut."
Oh, cool. Well, thank you.
BC Eagold, thank you for the super chat. Love your channel at That Star Wars Girl. Just wanted to support it. Have a nice night. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Wait, they're animating them to punch like girls? Yeah. Yes, I don't think that they're. I think it's going to be a sword fight, but then they're going to resort to punching, and then I guarantee you they're going to cry.
If there is fucking crying or slapping in that fight, I will be the first one making a video calling sexism.
I guarantee you it's going to be them talking while they're fighting, and then there's going to be some moment, and they're both. I guarantee you it's going to end with them crying and hugging.
Well, you know how I feel about fighting and swords, so that is very much.
I do, and that will be a fantastic video. So I'm anticipating your reaction to it.
Ooh.
Iron Barden, thank you for the super chat. How much you want to bet the writer of this article has a bachelor's degree in gender studies? Oh my god, I guarantee it.
It wouldn't surprise me. No, they have a major in communications with a minor in gender studies.
Oh, wow.
That's how the kids
Playing 2020 Grieger, thank you for the super chat. The Raylo channel Girls with Sabers live streaming at the moment have just discussed out how Ben can come back with the World Between Worlds. You know what's funny? I said the parallel universe or the different timeline the second that it was introduced in the Mandalorian, or when Luke Skywalker came out on the Mandalorian season 2. Everyone's like, no, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everyone is using the same theory, and I'm like, oh, isn't that funny? I was the first one that tweeted it.
Amazing.
I know.
Amazing.
And nobody remembers that it was me, but I pinned it so that way, because I knew everyone. I was like, everyone's gonna get mad at me for this, but I'm posting it out there, and then when it's confirmed in a few years, well, depending on how the Mandalorian goes, but once Dave Filoni confirms it in a few years, and then everyone that was bitching at me, I'm gonna be like, I was fucking right, bitches.
Wait, did I say something? Darius Munchausen, did I say something shitty about Germany? I love Germany. I've been there twice. I didn't
say anything about Germany.
He says, Jessi, what's wrong with German? I love the language and the country. So nothing.
I know, I've been to Germany. I like it.
It's lovely. And I actually would like to learn it.
I would want to go there when it's not like pouring rain and stuff, but I spent a lot of time on the freaking Autobahn because we drove from Stuttgart to Munich to Berlin. So I've driven all through the damn country.
Munich to Berlin's the long haul. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Stuttgart to Munich is what, about 2-3 hours?
Well, we had to stop at Neuschwanstein. So we went.
Oh, so you went all the way down to the Alps and then back up. So that's going to add.
So we went from Zurich to Stuttgart.
Yeah.
From Stuttgart to Neuschwanstein. From Neuschwanstein to Munich to Berlin. All driving.
Sorry.
Let me get these super chats because we're coming up on 3 hours. Let's see. Alex Walker, thank you for the super chat. I'm still slightly bothered that they felt the need to make Marie Tran look like a potato sack from the Star Wars movies. We all feel that way. When you have something like this and you do that to her, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you weirdos? Ichachi Uchiha, thank you for the super chat. Hi, girls. I hate how witnesses is lumped in so many countries. Excuse me. Hi, girls. I hate how whiteness is lumped in so many countries. 8 in my own 30% racism. I miss the 2000s Lizzie McGuire Buffy with the WB.
The stuff made more sense then, and it was actually reflective of the world we live in. It was characters represented human beings better than with less diversity, and I don't just mean diversity in terms of identity, but less diversity in terms of storytelling and archetypes. You still had more representation because you made people who seemed like people, who weren't just caricatures of ideas, who weren't just representations of moral philosophy. it was a simpler time. Let's put it that way.
Let's see. Wake and Bacon. They were super chat. All my money is going to Japan now. Bandai, manga, and anime. Love Anna and Jessi. 2 rogue Jedi kicking butt. Well, thank you. Speaking of manga, or excuse me, anime, redo of Healer Day. It's Wednesday. I get to watch redo of Healer. I hope it's better than the last episode.
Yeah, I heard there was not enough rape in the last one, right?
There was no rape in the last one. It was so weird.
There was.
You gotta get the rape in there.
It was a snowy day when I was at Schloss-Neuschwanstein.
It was raining for me.
It was beautiful.
But you're distracting from the main topic.
Listen, stop that rape. You gotta stop that rape. Stop that rape. You gotta stop that rape.
That's what happened in the last episode. There was no rape. Yeah, I don't have any good pictures of it because it was raining and misty. That fucking walk up the mountain in the rain.
Whoa.
And okay, I only brought 2 pairs of shoes with me on the trip, flip-flops and Uggs. And I knew that if I wore my Uggs, they were going to get soaked through and I would have miserable wet shoes for like the next week. So I was like, I got to wear flip-flops. I wore flip-flops in the rain. I hiked up the mountain to the castle, walked through a castle. My feet were blue. Or I guess I should say purple. Like they were frozen.
We did have to walk. It was raining most of the walk up. It didn't change to, actually didn't really change to snow until we walked from the castle up to the bridge. But yeah, so I walked up in the rain too. It was wet. It was very wet.
It was wet.
It was wet.
Let me see. Where's the picture of Neuschwanstein? Okay, that's the airport. Why is that showing in Zurich? Where the fuck is this damn castle? Apparently, I only took... Oh, this is how dorky I was. I took a picture of the Pekingese thing that they had in the castle. But it's Pekingese in German. Now I'm looking at it. I really regret not buying that. Here, everyone that was there at this castle, like, look at how rainy it was.
Yeah, that looks a lot. So my walk up ones look like that. That was the coolest day.
I tried to take a picture of the like tower, and you can see it's just like all mist
pouring down on you. Yeah.
Oh, it was miserable.
We that day too, because we had to leave. He's like, we got to get back up to Munich. I'm like, why? He's like, I have a surprise. And this was my Patreon, my first patron from Patreon that I hung out with in Munich. And he took me to the observatory restaurant in the on the Olympic campus and joked, it's God Empress Appreciation Day, and bought me a beautiful.
It's me in the castle.
It's Anna in the castle. I loved that castle. It was cool because it was like the architecture was so long. The architecture was very classic, but the interior was much more modern because it's only a few hundred years old. So it's
well, yeah, there's so many swans. So I don't know if you know, swans are my favorite birds, and I had never seen them in real life.
So
when I was at Zurich, they were like me and Peaches. Once we got there at night, and we're different time zones. So we're walking around Zurich, and Zurich, has the river going through it, and all of a sudden I saw swans, and I was like, I've never seen swans before. So Peach got a picture of me, and I look like a kid that just met Mickey Mouse, and I'm like, swans. But then you learn that swans are assholes, and it's like, oh shit. And so I ran down, and all of them, they're like, they didn't go away from me. Like, when birds, you run towards a bird, and they fly away.
No,
they just looked at me and they started hissing. And I'm like, oh no, I had too much experience with Canadian geese. They're hissing at me, and I was like, back up the stairs. I was like, Peach, get the picture.
We almost had I met swans when I was 8 for the first time at my aunt's wedding, and we almost had a problem because some of the guests would not listen to stay the fuck away from the fountain, and they were starting to attack the guests.
Hey, somebody want to mute, or not mute, but time out John Smith. Please don't spam my chat, please, and thank you.
Yeah, it's
let's see. Dave, thank you for the super chat. Love you both. Keep up the great work. Thank you. We will. Lazarus, thank you for the super chat. Here for some Mountain Dew Code Red. That item does not ship. Thank you. Yeah. I miss my Code Red. Still
John
sold out.
Malin says go full screen, Dur.
What, me? I don't want to. Look at me that closely. Here, I will put it on both of us so you can see. Oh my God, my hair is all sticking up. What the hell?
Mine is doing something.
I don't know what's going on.
Mine's flopping.
Maybe it's because it's pouring rain here and it's just
the humidity is making it go all crazy.
Here, I'll blow us out. There we go. So you don't have to get too zoomed in on our damn faces. Where was I? Dax Morgan, thank you for super chat. Ordered the set with the t-shirt. Are you going to put that painting up for sale on Etsy? No. No, that painting belongs to Jeff and Jessi. Up on sale on Etsy, or is it exclusive to those who support the campaign? Okay, I think maybe you mean the image of it. I haven't decided on if I will make prints. I do usually make prints of all my paintings, but this is a weird size, so we'll see. Also, I hate looking at it right now, and
I don't know if it's up yet, but we were planning on doing I think Jeff is planning on putting up an everything but the book tier. So if you maybe already have the book from the last campaign, or comics aren't really your thing, but you really like the art and want to support these awesome artists, I think Jeff is going to throw up a tier that's just going to be all the merch from the campaign. So the shirts, the posters, the trading cards, etc., but no books. So
there you go. Lord Bahamut, thank you for super chat. Just wanted to say I received 2 art prints this week, and they are awesome. Can't wait to see your future work. You're really talented. Well, thank you. Yeah, so if you guys want to go get prints of my Gina Carano painting, I also have Darth Vader. Oh, actually, Darth Vader sold out right now. Darth Maul, Ahsoka. I have a bunch of horror characters, and I have some like sketches. People were saying, "Oh, make prints of your orcs," and I was like, I don't think people are going to buy those because those aren't, known characters. Hi, Death. But yeah, if you want to get my Gina Carano, Cara Dune print, they are there. I actually got I never get this mad, or I never let stuff, I never let things upset me. But somebody, which they're like, oh, I supported you. I bought your thing, but aren't you milking the situation that she's in? And I'm like, I painted this before any of that happened.
Yeah, you were painting before all of that. Also, she loves it. So
well, they said that, oh, you're taking advantage of the situation. And I'm like, how? Because I painted a picture and I'm selling prints that I do every time I paint something, because I spend a lot of time, and some people can't afford an original piece of artwork. So I make prints of it and I sell it a lot cheaper than a lot of other sells prints for. And I had no way of knowing she was getting fired. But then I said this, but I was really cranky. So I might've been a little bit more mean, but it was a really shitty thing for somebody to say and accuse me of. And then they responded by calling me a millennial and like, oh, I bought your artwork, so you can't talk to me like that. I'm like, I'll refund you right now.
Exactly. Shut the fuck up. Also, you bought my artwork and now you're bitching about my artwork. So fuck you. Like, do you like my art?
I posted that I was doing a stream to sign these because they sold out 3 times.
Yeah.
And so I had to order more prints. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing a stream on my art channel because that's where I'm going to do those streams now. And they were just like, oh, you're milking the situation. And I'm like, I painted this before any of this shit happened.
You signed prints all the Matriarchy last week. Different non-Gina prints. Totally different prints.
I know.
Because you needed to sign prints. It's like, oh, I guess you were exploiting the situation. You were clearly exploiting Darth Revan last week. Oh my God, Thanos feels so exploited.
No, maybe this is the same person, but it's coming from an entitled millennial. That's what the person called me. So I think that this is the same person. Yeah. Why don't you send me a message?
I don't know if they're talking to you about it or if they're trying to say that.
No, the person called me an entitled millennial.
Well, I think this comment might be trying to say that it's ironic coming from an entitled millennial, calling you entitled millennial. I think that's what Iron Man is trying to say.
I like this. I bought your artwork. Your thoughts belong to me now. Yeah. I was, Darth Thanos. Yeah, I totally fucked up there. Yeah. For those of you that know, there was it doesn't even say Darth Thanos. It just says Thanos. So I was signing these and then I realized because oh my God damn it. Stupid balancing thing. So I did Revan. I did a sketch of Revan, and then I made a new back because I changed the font and stuff. And it says Thanos, but it's Revan, and I didn't catch it because I made one for Revan and for Thanos, and I kind of fucked up. I don't know. Maybe I could do misprint thing. No, you know what? If I ever go to a convention, I'll take these ones with me so you guys will get the misprint.
There you go.
Because when we went to Star Wars Celebration, I took some of the misprint and I gave it to people that I met that were like, oh, you're Anna. I'm like, oh, you recognize me. Here you go.
There you go. Perfect.
So yeah, I failed. But anyways, let me get back to super chats, guys. Let's see. Russell Hall, thank you for super chat. Forward this stream to Shane or Kelsey, and they'll buy you a lifetime supply of Mio. Send it to both if you want 2 different flavors. Oh, there you go. Flicks by Cody, thank you for super chat. Definitely not a grape drink. Yeah, no. Russell Hall, thank you for super chat. If you'll open then huge pile of packages, I sent you something that will cut the bitter taste of alcohol. Also a baby turtle. He's probably dead. Oh no! I know. There's one. There's one here.
I don't think he actually sent you a baby turtle.
I don't think so either, but there's one of them in here that has like a brand on it, and I looked it up, and it's like some ice skating costume. Like it's an ice skating costume store or like interpretive dance costume store. And I'm like, what did somebody send me from an interpretive dance or ice skating?
I need to know.
I need to know too. And it's been sitting here for like a month. So I need to do a PO.
You opened it.
I'll do a PO. You know, I'll show you the box. If I get fucking A, there's too many boxes. You can't even see. The floor is covered.
If you give me slightly more advanced warning, I'm much more likely to be able to even join you on an unboxing or signing stream, etc. Keep you company.
So it's, I don't want to dox the person, but all my packages just freaking fell over. So it's Sportswear Costumes LLC, and so I looked it up, and they have like, you know, they got, you see there. So I was like, I'm like, what costume could it be? And so I Googled it. Let's see if I can find it.
It could be it could be a themed like character Star Wars outfit kind of thing. They might have, you know, do some licensed type of costumes or ones that are meant to look like those, you know. I feel like now you have to open that box at least and show us what's in that one.
No, because I have to do it on the PO box stream. Here, I'll show you guys what this looks like. So I'm just like, did somebody send me one of these? Like, what's going on?
Dude, that would be awesome.
I saw this and I was like, please, like, oh God.
Dude, those like crazy like ice skating outfits and stuff. I always thought they were beautiful. I would love to have one of those. You guys can send me one of those.
I don't know where I'm going to wear it, but I did say that if people sent me outfits, I would wear them.
Oh, you took a leaf out of my book. That was, I've made that same guarantee. The last time.
Well, because then it's like, oh, look, it's a Slytherin one. So, I mean, somebody could have sent me an interpretive. Oh, see, it's a figure skating dress. And I do ice skate. Oh, God. See, so that's where I get all my bodysuits. But I'm just like, what could somebody have possibly sent me?
Who knows? We'll find out. When will you bless us with a Cecil friend?
I have a feeling that it's gonna be the Rey one because Star Wars, and I'm just like, I do really want to know, but I feel like I probably shouldn't open this on here. I should wait until the PO box, but if people want me to, I guess I can. I don't know what chat. What do you think? Should I save it for the PO box stream, which I'll do tomorrow? I'll do a PO box stream tomorrow. So should I do it now or should I wait till the PO box stream? One for now, 2 for tomorrow PO box stream, and we'll take an eye on the chat. I sent you an invisible bathing suit. I'm not wearing that shit. Do it. Open it now. Wait. Because I could start with the okay, I see a lot of one. Let me actually open up the other chat. I don't know. I feel like it would be special for me to open it here, but I'll read a couple super chats. Jesse, keep an eye on the chat and see which one it is.
I've seen a lot of ones. I've seen 1, 2, and 1 wait, and everything else is a 1.
Let me see. Dax Morgan. I think the super chat. Ordered the set with the t-shirt, or you go. Oh, I think I read that one. Lord Bahamut. Thank you for super. Just wanted to say. I read that one. Russell Hall. I read that one. Flicks by Cody. I read that one. Okay, yeah, I read all these. Let me refresh. Okay, I see a lot of ones. All right, I'll fucking open it. That defeats the purpose of the PO box stream, though. I'm disappointed.
It's just one box, and you can start your PO box stream saying, "I got greedy and opened this last night because we were talking about it." Blah blah blah. Here it is, and like reopen it. You know.
I know. Eagle Fan Karate. Hello, thank you for the super chat. True Star Wars fans never attacked Kelly. That's very true. Thank you for defending Star Wars actors, actresses. That's not their fault. The writers are terrible. Exactly. That's all we've been saying this whole time. J. Lord, thank you for super chat. Sorry if I offended. No, I thought it was just weird. I think more so it's if that was the conclusion you make, it's one of those things that it says more about you than it does about me. So I'm not offended. Russell Hall, thank you for super chat. Cecil has bigger teats than that. I know. I had to be a little nice. We couldn't get it flagged on Indiegogo for nudity, you know.
That's true. It would have been way too inappropriate if it was accurate.
Dairy Nitpicker, thank you for super chat. Do my iris deceive me? I'm not looking at a hot blonde and brunette. How could my life get any better? Ha ha ha. Hail, ladies. Hope you're doing well. Shalom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Charlie Spur, thank you for super chat. Just completed my Lego Executor Super Star Destroyer. Oh, awesome. I don't like Lego, but that's awesome.
I'll put it away somewhere because shit got moved around, but I have a bootleg made in Rio, really, really nice model, Executor class Star Destroyer sent to me by prominent flat earther Mark Sargent.
Russell, thank you for super chat. To summarize for anyone in the chat who's confused, Anna likes brown eyes because they're the color of her favorite food, dirt. That's not at all why.
Thank you,
Human Filth 666 FE, thank you for the super chat, even though you did not say anything. My Rascal, thank you for 2 super chats in a row. Rose annoyed me as I felt she had so much potential and they used her for some useless throwaway SJW storyline and then suddenly fell in love with Finn. Exactly. Then the second one, they had no chemistry. He had more chemistry with Poe, so much so that I shipped them. Oh, he had more chemistry with BB fucking 8.
I gotta say, it was sort of silly thing in the beginning. People like shipping Finn and Poe and whatnot. After all the trilogy, I now ship Finn and Poe because they really are the only 2 characters with good chemistry in that whole fucking movie. It's whole fucking trilogy.
Darth Goreback, thank you for super chat. I love Henry. Me too. I love Henry Cavill, not just because he's sexy, but also because he's a total nerd with a heart of gold. I look up to him. Me too.
We know. We're aware. We're painfully aware.
Anyone that follows my Twitter knows and are painfully aware. Macy Van Dusen, thank you for the super chat. Howdy, Anna and Jessi. Can't stick around, but I hope you all a great stream. Good night. And live long and prosper. Well, thank you, Macy. I appreciate that. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Cecil, speaking of goblins, looking forward to seeing your rendition of yourself as illustrious new woke mascot, Tip-T Posey.
Oh, God.
Or Ty T Posey. I don't get it, but I just butchered that. Mandatory Carrie Datelslav, thank you for the super chat. Just hashtag keep fighting, no matter what. Thank you. Thank you. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. Sadly, another grape for redo of Healer episode. God damn it. Wait. Sadly, another grape-free redo of Healer episode. Well, fuck that. I feel like they're losing the plot. The consensual sex is cringy to watch. And then the new chick looks way too young. Oh, well, there's another girl added to the harem. So I guess, he's collecting these chicks like Pokemon. Hello? Oh, my goodness, a princess! Come here. Hey, come back here. It's in the cupboard with her tweet.
I like the Jeff cameo. I do too. Jeff is having his deep window thoughts, as always.
She came in here and walked right out because she saw I didn't have food. That little shit. And then she kept running.
She Pancake does the same stuff to us. He's like, okay, it's time to come to the bathroom and give me my secret treats now, please, and thank you. Goodbye.
Let's see. Let's see. Saul Frex, thank you. Are you guys watching WandaVision? Yes. The Magical Bay of Pirates is there for me.
Yep. I thought it was on the up and up, but I've been thoroughly unimpressed with the last
nothing about it surprises me. I think it's just they had to do. I actually liked the sitcom aspect because I really like watching sitcoms and stuff like that.
I hate sitcoms, so that
I know you're the exact opposite of me. I know I love it. I'm like, if they just did that with Wanda and Vision and just did the Dick Van Dyke Show, I would like that. I like that better. But I know not everyone is like me, so I miss that. Here we go. Leo Breaker 49, thank you for super chat. Evening Empress, is it possible to make requests for your prince? Would really love to see your version of Rise of Skywalker Anakin. Oh, Revenge of the Sith Anakin. So, as far as prints go, I have to paint them first. So they're actual oil paintings that I turn into prints. So there is a long list of characters that everyone and their freaking mom have requested me to paint. I do the ones that I feel inspired by to do. And that way it actually comes out good and on time. Because there's been some that people ask me to do it. And if my heart's not into it, I hate it. And I drag it on forever. And I don't want to do it. Like there's one painting that I've been working on for years. And I hate it. I hate absolutely everything about it. And I only did it because people were like, oh, paint this. And so I started it and I've never finished. And I don't think I'm ever going to finish.
God damn.
But it's even like the R2-D2 one that I have right here. I haven't finished it because I lost my inspiration and I can't paint stuff if I don't have an inspiration for it.
That's the same thing for me with writing music or writing anything else. It's like if I don't have it, even if I'm in the middle of a story or something, if I don't have the spark for it, can't fit. I have so many unfinished songs because I lost whatever the inspiration was.
Parallax Spectre, thank you. When will you bless us with a Cecil print? Heart you. Never.
You can though, if you are into Cecil, especially Cecil the Hutt. There is an even more disgusting version of Cecil the Hutt on the trading cards, which are part of some of the perks, and I believe also there are add-ons you can get when you check out for any of the other perks they're not a part of. So, and that's everyone on the cover has their own trading card, and they're super cool.
Charlie Spur, thank you for the super chat. I saw you, Noms. Get back on YouTube. Listen, Noms, listen. Spike and Madness, thank you for the super chat. Have you played Lord Finatra's new song, MC Rec and Fellow Dash feature? Banana Feet Bananas. Wait, what? Oh, and if not, then your beta, winky face. That was very difficult for me to read for no reason. No, I have not listened to it because I'm saving it for when Flash comes back and we play it on Flashcast, but I guess everyone else has listened to it, so maybe I'll play that at the end. Russell, thank you for super chat. Yeah, the key word is girl added to the harem. Is girl? Oh my god, is it a lady boy? Lazarus, thank you for the super chat. I like McDonald's. Me too. So now I guess I have to open this because I am all caught up on super chats. Oh wait, wait, Princess or Tulip? Do you have two pets? It's Princess Tulip. I call her Princess. Like it's an endearing term. It's like calling somebody honey or babe or something like that.
Yeah, just like we call Mal pancake. You know, endearing.
Well, you guys are going to get mad at me, but I don't know where my box cutters are. So I've never done this where I guess I'm going to make myself full, or I'll make you little. Let's do this.
There you go.
Oh, that. There you go. You're little.
For once, Anna's bigger than me.
I know, that never happens.
We should just.
You know, it's kind of like in Infinity War, where there's the giant midget, the giant dwarf. That'd be me.
I love that. He's my favorite part of Infinity War. That whole scene is probably my favorite part of Infinity War. But she'll. What is it? But it'll kill you only if I die. That's what it will kill you means.
Carla, Carrie, I think. Hi, Anna. We sometimes listen to your videos while we are working in my studio. We made you a special bag. Hope you like it. Oh my god! Thank you. Now I feel bad because I was like scared that it was gonna be a raid costume, but I got a night. Oh my god! I got a Baby Yoda backpack. Now I feel bad I didn't open this into the P.O. box opening, but oh my god, it's a purse. Oh my god, it's a backpack and a purse.
That's badass.
Those are the best kind. Oh my god, this can fit my iPad. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, it's such. Whoa.
Wow, that is quite a bag.
How imagine what on earth just happened. Oh my gosh. I can't. It's stuck. Okay.
It's like a thneed from Dr. Seuss, the Lorax. Do you need a thneed? It does everything. It turns into everything.
And these are removable. Holy crap.
Wow.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, come on. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. User error, people. I messed it up on my own. Here we go.
Note said we put together this bag for you. Is that a custom piece?
I made it. This is all handmade.
That's awesome. Wow.
And it's got rhinestones and everything. It actually smells nice too. I don't know if that matters to
I
anyone.
love that new, I love stuff like that new, purse smell.
Oh my gosh, how cute. That's so kind. Oh my goodness. What does it say? Artisan bag. This bag is made from recycled costume materials along with a t-shirt logo. The exterior is layered spandex that has been hand dried and texture is added with creative techniques. Embellished with authentic crystals made with pride in the USA from Carla Carey. Oh my gosh, that's so kind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's
has like a friend or knows somebody that does figure skating, go support
Sportswear LLC. Is that what it was?
Go support this. Holy crap. Now I haven't ice skated in a while, but I feel like I should buy a figure skating ice skating too, because I do know how to ice skate and I'm actually pretty good at it.
That's awesome. My little fencer, her younger sister figure skates. They got this thing. It's like this white flat plastic thing that you can use your ice skates on. It's not, it's just some sort of hard composite plastic thing. But yeah, so you can practice. It's obviously a lot harder to navigate on than ice, but so you can practice. They've set it up in this place they have. That is really fucking cool.
It's so pretty. Look at the crystals. I like the crystals and glitter and stuff. This is so cute. Oh my goodness. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will promote the shit out of your store because it's awesome. And now I want to buy how pretty this is. And this is just a bag. Now I want to buy a freaking
yeah,
cool. Just tell Peaches, oh babe, what's that? Oh, nothing. I got a figure skating outfit for me to do. You know what I should do is can you ice skate or no?
I can.
How well?
If I get back on the ice, I can do it competently. I can't do any tricks or anything like that. But once I get my legs back under me, I can navigate ice without hurting myself.
Well, I was gonna say you and I should ice skate to Duel of the Fates, but that might not work.
No, I do not have that down. Honestly, though, I can get you this tiny, adorable little figure skater who is even smaller than you, and she could ice skate to Duel of the Fates with you and probably look badass doing it. So
I would want somebody kind of at my level because she's probably better than me. But now I'm just
she's 8, and she's just, I don't even think she's that. She's 6. So
here we go, guys. Here we go.
She's 6 years old.
The yellow, but I'm just ooh, what ice skating outfit should I get? Should I get an ice skating? This one's cool. This black one.
I love all the ones that have the gradient gradient on the skirt.
Oh yeah, the
angle.
Honestly, whenever I saw figure skating outfits, it makes me think of a fairy.
Me too. I love that.
This one's cool. I like this one.
This
red
really
one.
Cool. It's very elegant.
This red one is actually really nice.
I like that one too. Yeah, that one's cool. That one would look cool on you too. That kind of
that would look awesome. I could get a freaking lightsaber, and I have Darth Maul's lightsaber. Could you imagine me ice skating with Darth Maul's lightsaber in this outfit?
That would be really cool. Now, what I can do for you is I can certainly be your videographer. That's no problem. That I can do well. I can even get
I can probably find. You know what? I actually can't show it because Xena Warrior Princess cosplay would look cool. I would totally cosplay as Xena.
That far right one, the second one down with the little slightly bluish one, that's my favorite. That's the one I'd wear.
That is pretty. This reminds me of The Great Gatsby.
Oh, I could see that. That's the one that feels like a fairy one for me.
The only thing, so the reason why I picked actually I wouldn't be able to, never mind. So the one downside of doing this is I would have to wear a bra because I don't want. Oh, here we go. I can wear this one. I don't want things flying all over the place.
Now, some of them might have built-in support too. Like I don't know how they're designed and stuff for it. So some of them might be designed like that, since it is sportswear after all. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit more pragmatism applied. I love that one too.
This is all handmade. That's insane.
This is so beautiful. It's
just,
really.
I would never expect somebody that makes figure skating costumes to be like, oh, let me listen to that Star Wars girl in the background. It's crazy.
Right, that's fantastic.
How this world works. But if you guys know any figure skaters, I guess go support this company. Oh, the Sailor Moon. Here we go. If this was Gryffindor, that'd be my go-to because I am a Gryffindor. So, Jesse's a Slytherin.
It's true. That is accurate.
I see a couple more super chats came in, so let me read those, guys, and then we are going to be saying goodbye.
Indeed.
Here we go. Amana1313, thank you for that. Anna, please make Cecil wish a happy belated birthday tomorrow on the Jack Show. Well, you will have to super chat him and remind him because it is on his channel, and Cecil actually does read his super chats. Human Filth 666, Iffy, thank you for 2 super chats in a row. One is blank, and the other one has a question mark. So
all right.
Thank you. J-Lord, thank you for super chat. Speaking of recycled items like the bag, Australia's richest man, Anthony Pratt, has built a factory in New York which turns rubbish into cardboard boxes.
Cool.
That is a strange, random fact, but all right.
And in 2021, you can still make it in a box factory in New York City.
Well, everyone needs boxes. Russell Hall, thank you. Shouldn't the outfit be Peaches' choice? That is true. I will ask him, but he's one of those guys that he thinks, whenever I ask him, babe, which one looks better, this one or this one? He says, they both look nice. And I'm like, thank you. That does not help me.
Well, he's probably, maybe he's like my man who doesn't care what I'm wearing because he's more interested. I know Jeff is sometimes disinterested in what I'm wearing because he's more concerned with what's underneath it. So,
oh, there you go. That's usually how guys go. Peaches, though, knows that I'm like, babe, which one? He's like, you look great in both, because he knows when I ask him that there's one that I have an idea for already. And then me asking him is just looking for validation for my initial thought. And 9 times out of 10, he picks the one that I don't like.
And then it's through.
So he has learned through trial and error to just be diplomatic about it. But anyways, everyone, we are done with the super chats. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. It's been 3 hours and 26 minutes. So I just wanted to thank everyone so much for being here. We had a hell of a time. Also, we're going to do one last check at the Stillian Solo. So it'll be 9 p.m. will be the 24 hours. So our goal was to kind of break 20,000 in the first 24 hours. So let's see. So we're at $19,020 with 296 backers, so close to 300 backers. Can we beat it? Can we beat it? Let's refresh it. Refresh. Holy crap.
Woo! Almost 300 backers now.
I know. We're one away from 300 backers. So the next person that backs will be the 300th backer, and we're at 19,254. Holy shit. So do you think we're going to make it?
To 20K in the next couple hours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we can fucking do it.
3 hours to go. I think it's a possibility. I definitely think so. But so for those of you that my wonderful mods have been posting the link to this in the chat. But so if you guys want to check it out, so we got the featured tier. So this is Jeff's book. I didn't do anything on the interior. I just painted this as a variant cover. So the original cover is out there. I used to have one sitting next to me, and I think I took it inside.
I'm sure I have one somewhere nearby me.
But so Jeff and I talked at Star Wars Celebration back in 2019, and he said, hey, Anna, I have an idea for this cover. And we literally talked about it in a parking lot. And we, we talked about it and then, Jeff reached out to everyone, and then I reached out to Mahler, Wolf, and Rags and asked if they could be on if they would like to be on the cover. Everyone that is on here agreed to it. So nobody got any surprises like, oh, I used your image without permission. And so, I just painted this cover. The interior, it's over 100 pages, which is a graphic novel that is all Jeff telling his story of stealing Han Solo and forcing him to reshoot The Force Awakens in their basement. And there you go. There's Han Solo. There is also the 24-hour exclusive variant cover, which has the original High Council with Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers, Ethan Van Sciver of Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and then Jeff from Old Class Bullshitters. And then, of course, for no reason, Cecil is on it as well.
Just like for no reason, Cecil became part of the High Council in the beginning. So.
This is the 24-hour variant for the first day backers. So the only way to get this, if you just want this cover by itself, you'd have to get that before 9 p.m. today.
Otherwise, the next lowest tier
in one of the higher tiers. So that then you would get other things, but it would come along with higher tiers. Yes. So just to get it by itself, it's today only. But yeah, so you can get all of these different tiers. You know, there's the colored, the black and white, which I need to get Jeff a better black and white photo. There's the day one exclusive ones. There's this, which has the trading card, the Phantom Menace trading card. There's a poster of it. There is the Virgin cover that does not have the title. So if you ever plan on meeting Jeff, Jeremy, Ethan, and Cecil in person, they have a great spot to sign it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just becomes a High Council poster.
And there will be opportunities to meet them in person one day when COVID is over.
One day, once COVID is done. So then there's the black and white cover with the t-shirt, and you got the colored one with the t-shirt. You have the library collection, which has, you know, basically everything along with the original cover as well. And then you got, you know, the Ultimate Collector's Edition, which has all of the covers, all of the t-shirts, trading cards, and lots of goodies. And then Jesse also has said that there's going to be one tier that Jeff is going to add on if you don't want the book and you just want the prints and the poster and the trading cards and stuff like that, and the t-shirt. So it's like a merch exclusive one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if we could possibly have gotten one more backer in the time that I spoke and see if we pass the 300 backer margin. Jesse, do you think we did it? Do you think
I believe in us.
All right, let's see. Oh my God! 101 backers. Holy crap. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting me, Jeff, and Jesse, and then the rest of the band of Menace. Rude, because it's all of us together. And honestly, it started with all of us randomly meeting and coming together and forming the Fandom Menace. And I know that we've all kind of been doing our own things. You know, because
last night was so much fun on the High Council to have Gary there and Jeremy there and you and Jeff. It was so fun. It really felt like everyone, you know, I mean, we're all doing our own things and growing our own channels and doing our own great work. But we all come together. That community is still there. It was really fun. And you did have one more super chat slide in. I just wanted to let you know.
So. My dad is such a dork. My dad texted me and he said something dorky.
Cute.
By the way, my dad and I specifically sometimes talk in Star Trek and Mad Max quotes.
I love it.
Aaron Chandler, thank you for the super chat. Do you think Subverse will make more money than Rise of Skywalker? What is Subverse?
I don't know what Subverse is.
Let us Google that. Let's Google that. What the fuck is Subverse? But thank you for the super chat. I'm going to be it's an interactive Kickstarter. I've never heard of this. Oh, it's is this a video game? It's made over £1 million.
Wow.
Explore a wacky galaxy full of hot alien babes in this kinky new sci-fi RPG mashup. So that sounds like something that is not made for me. But everyone that likes that, good for them. If it was a Henry Cavill RPG and it's just every single character Henry Cavill has ever played with his shirt off, that would be an RPG for me. But the what I am looking at, I'm kind of worried this will get me flagged on YouTube, to be honest. But that was definitely not made for me. But it's made over £1 million. So I mean, congratulations to them. But thank you for the super chat. And what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, Jesse, anything you want to talk about, promote, shill that's not up on the screen?
My Richard Chew interview series continues tomorrow with part 3, which includes all of his stories about his first role in Hollywood, his first editing job in Hollywood, like down in LA. technically starting in Mexico, down with Jack Nicholson. Amazing stories about that. Stories about working with Peter O'Toole in the cutting room on one of their projects. It's just really, really great. And then all about risky business too, including if you ever wanted to know exactly how the Tangerine Dream ended up doing the soundtrack for that movie, that nugget is in there. It's
You want to know?
incredible.
I've never seen Risky Business.
Oh, it's wonderful. The interview won't ruin anything in the movie if you listen to it ahead of time. It might actually make you more excited to watch it though. It's great. I mean, what he talks about. And Richard is going to be joining us live on Mindless Entertainment in April when we get closer to the Oscars. Probably just before it, we're going to be doing a little pre-show talking about the nominations, etc., stuff like that. And Anna will be joining us on that show. So if you want to talk about the Oscars with an actual member of the Academy present in the flesh with us, definitely come check that out.
Yeah, and that's going to be awesome. Definitely check them out. I was actually listening to them while I was painting, and every time they ended, I'm like, no, keep talking, stop. Like, don't not talk. What the hell is going on here?
I got to cut all my extras together so I can send them to you too.
For those of you that don't know, I do have an art channel. So somebody thought that I was into bondage because I was drawing from a prompt list. But if you guys want to go and watch me draw something here, I'll randomly pick a day. Let's do fire. Fire was fun. So I did Inktober. I don't post a lot, but I am working on the painting tutorial for Gina. But so this was when I did Inktober, and Inktober is when you basically every single day of the month of October you have to draw a picture, and it has to be with ink. Because, ink, once you set it down, it's there forever. And so I did Inktober. It was the first time I ever completed it. It was fucking hell, but I'm glad that I did it. And so all of those videos were there, and they're there to build my channel. And so, you just get random words. This word was fire, and I turned it into a femorc because I love drawing femorcs, which are just female orcs. So when everyone was like, oh, orcs are racist, I'm like, you guys are fucking racist. Orcs have never been racist. But so if you guys want to go see content like this, and this, I just have music playing because it's just showing my process and how I do these kind of things and building up inks. And this is all with Copics. But so I also used to do art videos here on this channel, but the algorithm hates them, so they don't get very many views. So I said, I'll just build a whole channel around my artwork. So if you guys aren't subbed, it's kind of a long title, but it is The Art of Anna TSWG Studios. And so if you haven't already and you just kind of want to have, if you like just watching these, just go sub, go like them, go give them a couple watches. If you ever have like any, I learn from watching, especially when it comes to art, so I need to see somebody doing it. So that's why I did these this way, is because it shows the entire process. And even for the Gina Carano painting, I'm writing the script for it, but it's a lot of color theory. So it's going to be a very informative video, and you also get to watch me painting it as it's happening, like you're seeing right here with this drawing that I did. But if anyone ever wondered how to like do fire with markers, there you go. But so if you want to go ahead and sub to the channel, it is The Art of Anna TSWG Studios. And I would really appreciate it if you did, because that would be awesome and it would support my art. And so this was like the prompt list that I was using just to give an example. But so if you guys want to, here's the link to the channel. Go sub and go watch a couple videos. I'm trying to get the watch hours up so I can monetize that. And actually, since you're here, Jessi, would you and Jeff be interested on, because I'm trying to get the watch hours up, doing a live stream over here on this channel so we can just talk about the art side of things. So it would be art talk specifically.
Love to. Yeah. If you want, we can do one, obviously I will have much less to contribute. I can be your layperson and whatnot. But if you guys wanted to, I think it'd be fun to do one it'd be really fun to do one all about like the cover,
That's exactly what I was going to say. To be talking about the cover, and if anyone wants to talk, and I'll actually, because I recorded myself painting that, so what, that's actually a good idea. I'll have the video there and we can play it in segments and I can talk about it. And since you aren't, on the more artistic side of things, that's actually great because then you'll have actual questions.
That's very true. Actually, I'm a great lay person because I'm really interested and I like it, but I know nothing about it, so I will ask tons of questions.
Well, when are you free?
Yes, no, mostly no.
Are you free this weekend at all?
Yes, actually, I could definitely. I have to consult the calendar because I know I'm doing shenanigans in the evening.
We could do it during the day.
And I think, but I have to just check with Jeff and see if when he's streaming during the day. Do you have a stream on Saturday? I feel like you do.
Or Saturday or Sunday.
Why?
Anna wants to know if one of the days we want to do a live stream on her art channel to talk about the cover.
Of course. Friday I got Fatal J show. That's it.
So just that. All right. So just that.
Saturday or Sunday would be better for me.
No, I'm saying like they're both open, Anna. That's
so that's it. That's all. Yeah.
Okay. Booked for Friday, but both days.
Okay, so
open,
not Saturday. Okay, great. So yeah, that's it then. So anytime. So if
you want to do, what day so you have shenanigans right on Saturday?
Outside of shenanigans, anytime Saturday or Sunday is good.
Okay, let's do it on the afternoon on Saturday.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
So everyone, make sure that you are subscribed to my art channel, and me, Jessi, Jeff, and maybe Cecil will pop on, and I'll have videos of me painting the Stealing solo cover, and me, Jeff, and Jessi will all be talking about it. And I mean, we'll talk about how we got to this composition and what we started with and stuff like that. So I'll title it like the making of the Stealing solo cover, and
yeah, it'll be awesome. Maybe we'll even have a visit from Jeff Lucas.
Oh, there we go. That would be fun. One more super chat rolled in. J-Lo, thank you for super chat. You are a talented artist, Anna. Why not write and illustrate a book?
Who said she's not?
I know. Who says I'm not already doing that? But thank you so much, everyone, for the super chats. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Make sure that you are subscribed over to my art channel. Make sure you are subscribed to Jessi's channel, Mindless Entertainment. We will be there next week for the next episode of the Matriarchy. Let's do another update on Stealing Solo. See, hey, we got another backer. We are at 19,478 with 304 backers. Holy crap, thank you so much. We're trying to reach 20,000 by in 2 hours. So we have 2 hours to break 20,000. Jeff or Jessi, you guys gonna do a stream?
We don't have one planned. She had asked if we were going to try to do a stream for the 24. You to bump up the last 24 hours of the book.
No,
we don't have one planned.
I need sleep.
You should. You should.
We'll see. It was a sprint to get across the finish line to get everything up and together. So we might need a couple hours to just be asleep. So
I know, but you really should. It's
okay. Well, we will.
Got it. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Also, this will be up on my That Star Wars Girl Live, so subscribe over there. Bye.
I'll tell you where I thought I came in the forest, when the lightsaber goes like this and flies off. I said, oh, what a great entrance. Ah! Ray caught it? She hasn't even been to Dagobah for training. What's the deal?